well, interview number 3, Tatum and Warren. That call came out. It's some disturbing stuff in the background of that. And we just got to get down to what does justice really look like, right? For Nolan Wells. What it really look like. We're gonna answer all them questions and more when we come back on the Keep It P podcast. Let this music roll. Yeah. Yo, and I'm trying to get past that 2-minute mark, so I'm gonna let this one play too, because the stuff I got cursing and all that in it.
And I personally hope that my people get this message as fast as they can so that we can move toward freedom and independence and be extricated and removed from white rule and domination.
Oh, yiggity, it's Jay Lava. I scour the internet so you don't have to. The P is for the people, and they definitely about to speak. But we about to go right into this interview with your boy Jabberjaws, telling everything with your boy Officer Kuna Matata Tatum. Here we go.
He was like, hey, man.
With this, that's been, but then I think that there's a part, guys have given statements, but then I think that there's a part associated with this that's being rumored out in the public, and that is the situation with the cell phone, potential deletion of messages, how the cell phone was retrieved. And I just want you to tell your side of this, because what we're getting from the media is that they literally had to, I don't know, coerce you guys into giving it back. You didn't know where it was at. You were hesitant to give the phone over. Almost as they had to turn your wrist or twist your arm just to give it back.
Right.
Well, what happened with the cell phone thing? So let's go back to the first engagement you had when it comes to the family or somebody coming back to get the cell phone and keys. When did that occur, and what happened there?
Okay, well, that night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house that I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy.
My buddy.
The guy was like, oh, what's going on with all this Nolan stuff? Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and he was just like, oh, where y'all at? My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house, and he said, all right, and then he just hung up. And
not the scratch to the back of the
about
neck.
30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed, and there was a girl who walked in, and probably about 8 or 9 guys behind her, and then another mom, which was Javon's mom. And
who's Javon? I want to put that in perspective. Who is Javon?
Javon is one of Nolan's good friends. He's a friend of mine too. Great guy, and his mom and their family is very close with the Wells family, and I mean, so I don't know why she was there, what was going on, but I was very surprised by this. I was like, you just basically kicked the door open and, bust up in the house with no knock or anything.
So is Javon black or white?
Javon's mixed. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I guess he's mixed.
Yeah.
So, but he's not white.
He's not white.
Just white.
Yeah.
Or all white, I guess you might call it.
Yeah.
So then they come in the house. Do you know any of these people?
I know some of the
said
guys.
the mom, but do you know anybody else?
I've seen the mom before, and I know most of them. Most of the guys went to high school with me, and I'm friends with some of the guys. I mean, I know some of them. So eventually, like, things started to get heated, and I was just like, a guy I was friends with in high school. He was like, "Man, come outside with me," and I was like, "All right." And I walked outside with him. He was like, "Man, I don't know why. Like, they're panicking, and like, this is just like, I think Nolan's just on somebody's couch. He's been drinking all day. He's just messed up, and this is nothing that we have to worry about." As much as I sat there and I told him, I was like, I agree. I really, I would think, he's on somebody's couch, just had been.
Is it me or is this dude ruining himself? Dog, y'all need to throw this whole little interview in the trash. Like, this ain't helping at all. This is garbage. I'm trying to understand what he's talking about, and he's stuttering Stanley.
That night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house that I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, "Oh, like, like, what's going on with all this Nolan stuff?" Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and like, he was just like, "Oh, like, where are y'all at?" My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house, and he said,
"Oh, I got
all
that."
right, and then he just hung up. And so about 30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed, and there was a girl who walked in, and like probably about 8 or 9 guys behind her, and then another mom, which was Javon's mom. And
who is Javon? I want to put that in perspective. Who is Javon?
Javon is one of Nolan's good friends. He's a friend of mine too. Like, great guy, and his mom and their family is very close with the Wells family. And I mean, so I don't know why she was there, like, what was going on, but I was very surprised by this. I was like, like, you just basically like kicked the door open and bust up in the house with no knock or anything.
So is Javon black or white?
Javon's mixed. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I guess he's mixed.
Yeah.
So, but he's not white.
He's not white.
Yeah, this is
just
real.
white.
Yeah.
Or all white, I guess you might call it.
Yeah.
So then they come in the house.
Real.
Do you know any of these people?
I know some of the
said
guys.
the mom, but do you know anybody
I've
else?
seen the mom before, and I know
Get them
most
mics
of them.
up.
Most of the guys went to high school with me, and like, I'm friends with some of the guys. I mean, I know some of them. So eventually, like, things started to get heated, and I was just like, a guy I was friends with in high school. He was like, "Man, come outside with me," and I was like, "All right." And I walked outside with him. He was like, "Man, I don't know why. Like, they're panicking, and like, this is just like, I think Nolan's just on somebody's couch. He's been drinking all day. He's just messed up, and this is nothing that we have to worry about." As much as I sat there and I told him, I was like, I agree. I really, I would think he's on somebody's couch, just had been drinking all day, and just drank too much and was super intoxicated. And that's kind of what a lot of us thought, but they were kind of losing it, and they were going crazy. And the mom that was with them demanded Nolan's phone, because Nolan left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone, and his keys were not on the boat, because his car was parked at my buddy's house, where we had all slept, the night before the 4th. And
that meth is kicking his ass. That whatever cuz is on right now, uppers, downers, quaaludes, zoom zooms, wham whams, whatever that is kicking his ass right now. What is this nigga talking about? Yeah, that's crazy to try to make him out of being drunk. He was just laying on somebody's couch drunk all day. He was just, man, come on, fam. Come on, broski. Yeah, he looks super duper lit. Whatever he's on right now has ruined this interview for him. Did y'all understand anything after Tatum asked him a question? Did you understand anything? Let me take that back, because I swear I'm trying to coherently. What are you talking about? That's not the question he asked you.
Most of the guys went to high school with me, and like guys about this, I was very close.
In perspective,
This the question.
The door just got a girl who walked, guys behind her, and then another mom which was Javon's mom, met up, and stayed together.
when it comes to the family or somebody coming back to get the cell phone and keys, when did that occur, and what happened there?
Okay, well, that night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say.
Okay.
And so I went back to my buddy's house. So I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, "Oh, like what's going on with all this Nolan stuff?" Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and like he was just like, "Oh, like where y'all at?" My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house, and he said, "All right," and then he just hung up. And so about 30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed, and there was a girl who walked in, and like probably about 8 or 9 guys behind her. And
excuse me, y'all, but what does this have to do with how he got the phone? I'm trying. I swear I'm trying. What is this? My buddy. A girl came in and the door slammed, and then, we made some green eggs and ham, and somebody was playing Twister in the corner, and somebody knocked the jingle stick out. What are you talking about, guy? Jeez Louise. Yeah, he look a little retarded. Sound retarded too.
And then another mom, which was Javon's mom. And
who's Javon? I want to put that in perspective. Who is Javon?
Javon is one of Nolan's good friends. He's a friend of mine too. Like great guy, and his mom and their family.
But he's not one of your buddies. He's a great friend, just like Nolan, but he's not one of your buddies, because I see that you keep putting the black guys in the friend group, and then you got your buddies. I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Is very close with the Wells family, and I mean, so I don't know why she was there, like what was going on, but I was very surprised by this. I was like, like you just basically like kicked the door open and bust up in the house with no knock or anything.
So is Javon black or white?
Javon's mixed. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I guess.
Is he trying to say when they came to get the phone that they kicked it? Hold on, wait a minute.
Mom and their family is, very close with, the Wells family. And I mean, so I don't know why she was there, like what was going on, but I was very surprised by this. I was like, like you just basically like kicked the door open and, bust up in the house with no knock or anything.
So is Javon black or white?
No, he didn't try. Did he try to be like... Did he try to be like, they bust in the door? How? They didn't do that on the search for the phone. They didn't go bust up in somebody's house. And if so, okay, if the Javon dude did it, he been there before. That's y'all little black buddy. I don't believe that. I can't even explain that. The hell are you talking about, my guy? This guy.
Javon's mixed. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I guess he's mixed.
Right, kick in the door, give in the phone.
No, he's not white.
Right.
Just white. Or all white, I guess you might call it.
Yeah.
So then they come in the house. Do you know any of these people? You said the mom, but do you know anybody else?
I've seen the mom before, and I know most of them. Most of the guys went to high school with me, and like I'm friends with some of the guys. I mean,
They're
I know
not
some
your
of them.
buddies,
So
though.
eventually, like things started to get heated, and I was just like a guy I was friends with in high school. He was like, "Man, come outside with me," and I was like, "All right." And I walked outside with him. He was like, "Man, I don't know why. Like they're panicking, and like this is just like I think Nolan's just on somebody's couch. He's been drinking all day. He's just messed up, and this is nothing that we have to worry about." As much as I sat there and I told him, I was like, I agree. I really, I would think, he's on somebody's couch, just had been drinking all day and just, drank too much and was super intoxicated. And, that's kind of what a lot of us thought, but they were kind of losing it and they were going crazy. And the mom that was with them demanded Nolan's.
Oh, the gaslighting. Now they losing it and now they're going crazy because they went out on the boat because they son went out on a boat with yo ass and y'all acting like y'all don't know what happened. But hold on, wait a minute. Y'all, why you thinking he on somebody's couch drunk when you last seen him cradling Katie, as you say? Wouldn't you think he was with the girl you said you seen him booed up with that you couldn't peel him away from to get on the sinking boat because y'all had to leave? Which don't make no sense. Come on, man. All right. Yeah. I'll turn that down some. But still, like, yo, you must got them headphones on. My fault, bro. Y'all let me know if the mic is too loud. I'll be listening. This is plumb ridiculous.
Phone, because Nolan left the phone on the boat.
Right.
And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone. And his keys were not on the boat because his car was parked at my buddy's.
So he didn't ask for his keys, or I mean his phone, when you was so-called trying to peel him away from Katie. He never said, "Hey fam, I see y'all about to go." You had this conversation at him. You looked at him like, "Man, you're crazy." Remember that? He never once say, "Hey, yo, let me get my phone off that boat, cuz. Y'all about to dip. Can I get my phone?" Man, I don't believe none of that. None of it. And then he keep trying to tell these old side quest stories that don't have nothing to do with the original question. We really still ain't got the question answered. People done kicked in the door, waved the fofo. It was a mother, a daughter, a door slam, guys that I went to school with, all of this. What's up with the phone, my guy?
I would think, he's on somebody's couch, just had been drinking all day and just, drank too much and was super intoxicated. And, that's kind of what a lot of us thought, but they were kind of losing it and they were going crazy. And the mom that was with them demanded Nolan's phone because Nolan left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone and his keys were not on the boat because his car was parked at my buddy's house where we had all slept, the night before the 4th. And so the keys were left at the house because Nolan's car was at my buddy's house where we stayed at. So of course he left his keys there. But his phone, he was drinking. He didn't have his phone in the water because no one did. And there was more than just Nolan's phone that wasn't on the boat with us.
It was more than just Nolan's phone that was on the boat.
Yeah, we obviously had all our phones, but on the boat. But those weren't the only people. Like Nolan wasn't the only person that left a phone on the boat. There was a lot of people that left phones on the boat, that didn't ride out or in with us. So there was a couple phones that we had that we didn't know who they belonged to, and my buddy's got that figured.
So you got everybody's phone figured out except for Nolan, the nigga you just talked to before you left that was cradling Katie.
phones on the boat, not that didn't ride out or in with us. So I mean, there was a couple phones that we had that we didn't know who they belonged to, and my buddy's got that figured out, but it wasn't just Nolan's phone that was on the boat that who wasn't there. There was a lot of phones.
So when they barged in, they started getting frantic. The mom asked for Nolan's phone.
Right.
Was there a struggle over it, or did you guys hand it over?
I mean, just handed it over. I mean, we didn't think anything of it. Like, she asked for Nolan's phone. We knew they were close friends with, the Wells family, and my buddy went out to his truck and handed the phone over. No complications, no issue, nothing. But I mean, I told Miss Christine that we had his phone and he had left it in our possession on the boat.
When did you? Miss Christine is Nolan's mom.
Correct.
When did you talk to her about that?
When I was on, no, I didn't talk to her once. Like, it was like 12:30. I mean, I might have texted her a couple times and talked briefly about a couple things, but I never. I told her on the phone before I called the Coast Guard that we had Nolan's phone. Before I called Miss Christine, I asked, I was like, oh, well, where's his location at? Because Nolan had his Snapchat location on for me. And he said, it's.
Why would you be looking for a Snapchat location if you got the phone? What is this dweeb talking about? Come on, man. I cannot be the only one. Hey, and by the way, y'all see they got a new crew member in the chat. Some different names in the chat. They sent another crew in. It's another day, so it's another shift. So y'all say hi to all the dweebs in the chat, because they working their shift, and they gotta make sure they bosses see that they engaging. You know what I'm saying? Come on, fam, with this. Let me bring that back, because he's not answering anything. It doesn't. Based off what you said in the last interview, fam, you're digging this needs to be studied. They need to have popcorn and everything studying these game tapes. Yeah, what location are you looking for? What are you talking about?
When did you? Miss Christine is Nolan's mom.
Correct.
When did you talk to her about that?
When I was on, no, I didn't talk to her once. Like, it was like 12:30. I mean, I might have texted her a couple times and talked briefly about a couple things, but I never. I told her on the phone before I called the Coast Guard that we had Nolan's phone. Before I called Miss Christine, I asked, I was like, oh, well, where's his location at? Because Nolan had his Snapchat location on for me. And he said, it's Wyatt said it's, in my truck. Like, because everybody who left stuff on the boat, it was Wyatt's boat, so Wyatt put it in his truck, it's normal. And so the phone was in possession in Wyatt's truck. And when that mom came over and asked for it, there was no issue at all with us giving the phone to her. I mean, Nolan just left it on the boat. We handed the phone to her that night of the 4th of July.
And did you guys go through the phone, or?
Of course not. I mean, none of us had a reason to go through Nolan's phone. I mean, there's multiple phones on the boat. Why would it be? And the boat was having issues. Why would our concern be getting on Nolan's phone or something? I mean, I don't even know Nolan's password. None of my friends do. We had no reason ever to get on Nolan's phone and look at anything. I didn't touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck, and then no one touched it until we handed it back, to the mom that was at my buddy's house.
But this is my thing though, cuz y'all knew Katie. Why didn't y'all get up with Katie that night and say, yo, where Nolan at? I last seen him booed up with you. We had to go. Y'all was cradling each other. This is terrible. This is terrible.
Was that the only phone that she picked up, or was it other people's phone that they came and got? Or
That I know of, I think that was the only one that she had.
Yeah,
But
think we
I'm not
stupid.
completely sure. I think that's the only one
Rip
that
City.
she took Nolan's. That's it.
And so we're on the 4th, where the night, probably going into the morning of the 5th, this happens.
Yeah,
Then the dad comes back at some
buddy.
point to get the keys.
Right.
What happened there? When
Right.
was this, and what happened?
Well, my buddy Brooks drove me and dropped me off at my house, and I woke up to a text the next morning that Miss Christina texted me, and she said, "Hey, Nolan's dad's there is there at my buddy's house to pick up the keys." And I didn't think anything of it. I told her that I was praying for her, and that we were out there, and we were doing everything that we could to help out.
And when he came to pick the keys up, was there a confrontation, or? Because I could have sworn I saw on the news that when he came to pick the keys up, it was almost like an altercation because you guys didn't want to give the keys over, or you didn't know where the keys were at?
I mean, no, absolutely not. I mean, I wasn't there, but
What the hell you know then? Talking about some absolute. I can tell it's true about how you just tried to depict old girl who I know didn't bar. She ain't finna come to somebody's house and barge in the door. Now, was she beating on the door and y'all was acting like she wasn't outside and she opened the door and came in? Maybe. Sharice, what up? But this dude lying. How you know it wasn't no altercation? You wasn't there.
That when he came to pick the keys up, it was almost like an altercation because you guys didn't want to give the keys over, or you didn't know where the keys were at?
I mean, no, absolutely not. I mean, I wasn't there, but from what my friend told me, they just had to look for Nolan's keys. It's not like, why would we be hiding Nolan's keys? There's no reason to hide anything. This is our friend. We have nothing to hide. I mean, we were trying to do everything that we could to help out.
All right, so I want to be clear with this one thing, because I know you mentioned before that you have no reason to touch the phone. Obviously, you didn't touch the phone.
Right.
But is there any chance or any knowledge that you have that anybody deleted stuff from his phone?
Absolutely not. I mean, like I said, there was no reason for us to get on Nolan's phone. No one touched Nolan's phone, but nothing. If none of us had touched Nolan's phone, then there's no reason for anything to be deleted. I mean, no one even was in contact with his phone until it was moved from the boat to the truck. And none of us have access to Nolan's password to get on his phone and delete anything. Absolutely not. And we have no reason to delete anything. I mean, there's nothing to hide here. I mean, we have had no reason to delete anything, and we never did.
All right, so I have something I want to make sure that we're clear about, because you had mentioned earlier that you saw Nolan cradling Katie.
Right.
Her name is Katie.
Yeah, Katie.
I just want you to explain, what does that mean? Some people.
Yeah, because he definitely. Yeah, please. I've been waiting oh so long for this. What the hell type of dweeb terminology? He didn't actually ask him that, y'all, did he? He didn't ask him what cradling was, though, did he? Because I was definitely wanting to know, my mans, what is cradling, dog? I ain't never once in my life heard anybody utter the word cradling a female, a baby, but a female on the cradle side of the game. Something's off about that.
Because you had mentioned earlier that you saw Nolan cradling Katie.
Right.
Her name is Katie.
Yeah, Katie.
I just want you to explain, what does that mean? Some people in their mind, they may think he's cradling like a baby.
Yeah.
Like what is that scenario look like?
He was. I mean, Nolan was off. The last time I saw him, like I said, I was off the bow of the boat, and like I said earlier, if you had jumped off the bow of the boat, you were probably about chest or neck deep in water.
No, you didn't say that.
Nolan wasn't like carrying her out the water.
No, you didn't say that. You said waist deep in water, bro. You said the front was knee high. You said the back was waist deep. We even seen a picture of some people that was far out there and they was waist deep. You're lying, bro. You lying. We just watched the interview yesterday. You're lying.
I just want you to explain, what does that mean? Some people in their mind, they may think he's cradling like a baby.
Yeah.
Like what is that scenario look like?
He was. I mean, Nolan was off. The last time I saw him, like I said, I was off the bow of the boat, and like I said earlier, if you had jumped off the bow of the boat, you were probably about chest or neck deep in water. So Nolan wasn't like carrying her out the water. She's sitting in the water, and Nolan's arms are under the water, and he's carrying her from under the water. But her head's still out of the water, Nolan's head's still out of the water, and I was looking at both of them. So,
and he was mad about that. Cuz was pissed off about that. He was in his feelings about that. That boy was going through a thing because he was cuffing Katie little mayo buns. He was cuffing the mayo buns. And he's mad about that. Oh yeah, he's mad. Cuz is mad. He was cradling my girl. He was carrying her. Her hands was out the water. His head was out the water. He had his hands wrapped all around her butt. Come on, fam. I'm hearing it. You remember that part too, Breeze? I'm telling you. Breeze, I'm telling you. Front of the boat, knee high. Back of the boat, waist high. Because he was just saying that you jump out the boat, take a picture real quick, and jump back on the boat. Remember? He was saying that. Oh, I've been down to Horn Island all the time, and the protocol is you jump off the boat, you take your picture, and you get back on the boat. That's how you do it now. Because it's only waist deep water. Because nobody had their phone on the island. Nobody. I swears it. I knows it now. I've been down there all my life. That boy was explaining that yesterday. He went through a whole diatribe over there. Yeah, he big mad. Huge mad. Put a cape on and be super mad. He's furious. Zero emotion, rehearsed script. Yep. Oh, what he do remember is Nolan caressing those mayo buns. That's what he remembers. The sight of him caressing them. Huh, what? Who does he think he is?
Oh, so he's kind of like holding her.
Right.
Kind of like,
in the water, though.
I mean, like we grown, right? There's two people in the water. They feeling each other.
Right.
Like meaning feeling they like each other.
Right.
And
that was obvious.
He's a little more close to her, and they're kind of having a moment.
Correct.
Look how he getting all up. Yeah, right. Just stop explaining it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You don't have to remind me. Yeah. Come on, bro. You got to rub it in. Tatum rubbing it in, too. So, yeah, they was feeling each other, right? He was palming that ass, right? Yeah.
Water, and Nolan's arms are under the water, and he's carrying her from under the water. But her head's still out of the water, Nolan's head's still out of the water, and I was looking at both of them. So.
Oh, so he's kind of like holding her.
Right.
Kind of like
in the water, though.
I mean, like we grown, right? There's two people in the water. They feeling each other.
Right.
Like meaning feeling they like each other.
Right.
And
that soul pole, huh? He's over there furious, y'all. That boy is about to jump out. The whole couch is about to set on fire right now. Right now, the couch is about to set on fire. Cuz it's hot. The nigga hot.
He's a little more close to her, and they're kind of having a moment. Not saying and not insinuating that it's sexual, but
no.
Yeah, exactly. What you insinuating then? This boy over there play now. See, Officer Tatum playing with him now. See, Officer Tatum playing with him. Officer Tatum doing something else. He playing with him right now. He like, yeah, I know you don't like that. he was caressing them buns.
They're together. They like each other. You looking at him, you like, bro, you crazy. Because you know that he like her and he's hanging out with her.
Yeah, right. Okay. Exactly.
That makes sense. And when was the last time that you saw Nolan? And then when was the last time that someone reported to you that Nolan was seen? Okay. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
You saw him at a certain point, but then someone else saw him a lot later when you guys were gone.
Right. Okay, so the last time I personally laid eyes on Nolan was at like 3:00, and
you gonna say it again? What kind of idiot is this? He doubled down on it? That's not when you seen him cradling Katie, though, from yesterday. Your boy told Nolan, hey, he said it strong. Hey, Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get the F on the boat, Nolan. Get the F on the boat. But no, he wouldn't come because he was over there cradling Katie. He didn't say it again, y'all, did he? This guy's an idiot. And yo, I do got the tape. We gonna play the tape. I got the tape. Hold up. I got the tape.
Was, front of the boat with the girl. And that's the last time I saw him. But there were, I've talked to somebody personally that saw Nolan at 6:00, and someone, we weren't even the last people to see Nolan. Once we left, there were still dozens on dozens of boats around us. And I mean, clearly we were not the last people to see Nolan.
So Warren, I'm going to ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight.
We all done heard the tape, fam. We all done heard the tape we all done heard it, fam. We know now, granted, y'all know these interviews is old, right? These interviews was recorded and put out, and he's making it even worse because he's leaking old whack-ass information late in the game. He's ruining it for them. He is ruining it for them. There was thousands. Let me let this finish, man, because I got to get to these to what the people was talking about.
Straight out.
Okay.
I didn't come down here to, do anything other but to get the truth, right, and for you to have a voice in this. Right. And the first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill?
Be a coon. Don't forget that's what you came to do.
Here to, do anything other but to get the truth, right, and for you to have a voice in this. Right. And the first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan?
Of course not.
Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
Of course not, and absolutely not.
They say that you guys deleted stuff out of his phone. Did you delete anything out of Nolan's phone?
No, of course not.
The mom acts like, or at least she portrayed on television, and the rumors are that you weren't really good friends with Nolan. Is that true or not?
Absolutely not. I hung out with Nolan probably like 3 days a week. I mean, seriously, at least. Some days my friends want to hang out every single day, and Nolan was always there. So
my friends hang out every single day, and sometimes the little Negro boy Nolan tags along. 3 times a week, and ain't one time you met him at the crib, ain't one time come through cuz of not one time? 3 days a week since 8th grade? 3 days a week since 8th grade, cuz? Stop it, my guy.
And obviously people may see this and know the facts later, right, that you weren't able to go to the funeral, mm-hmm, or the memorial service.
Right.
Why didn't you go? What was that?
Well, I mean, with everything going on social media right now, with people saying the crazy things that they're saying, I would never want to take the attention off of Nolan and his family. They don't deserve that. And, for own personal reasons, I mean, I've gotten thousands of death threats. My family's got thousands of death threats.
How
And
are
for my
you
own
getting
safety,
death threats if you don't have social media, my guy? How does that happen? Are they sending them by mail? Are they rolling by your house? Did your house get TP'd? Let me guess. Somebody threw some eggs at your car. Where's these death threats coming from, bro? You don't got social media. So you out in the town and white people is seeing you like, we're going to get you, Warren, for what you did to Nolan. No. Your mom's a judge, so it ain't like you in the hood nowhere. You ain't never been to Nolan don't live in the hood. You're not going to the hood. You're in an all-white enclave. Who's saying they want to kill you? Where these threats coming from, bruh?
Funeral, or the memorial service.
right?
Why didn't you go? What was that?
Well, I mean, with everything going on social media right now, with people saying the crazy things that they're saying, I would never want to take the attention off of Nolan and his family. They don't deserve that. And
they sending deathgrams. They got somebody popping up, knocking on the door, singing deathgrams. What are you talking about? They sending them through Amazon. Where how they getting there? How? Somebody flew a plane over your house or something? Somebody did some smoke signals? Nigga, how you getting these messages? Come on, bruh. We just all look like Boo Boo the Fool. We are all stupid. We don't know nothing. Is this that high IQ at work? Don't tell me this that high IQ at work, working out right now. Is this the high IQ right here that they be talking about? Is this it? Hey, notice I got the new workers mad. Y'all must don't know how we get down over here, new workers. New workers, y'all must don't know how we get down. We'll let y'all go through y'all shift. Make it a good one. Make sure y'all type a lot of BS. Make sure your higher up see it.
own personal reasons. I mean, I've gotten thousands of death threats. My family's got thousands of death threats.
Thousands.
And
your boys, we don't even know who your boys is because you calling them your buddies. Hey, and I would like to say, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it real. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it real. With these reels that I done, which is over 100,000. He done seen this. He didn't seen this. Just to let y'all know how I know he seen this, because Ben Crump used this image of Katie. Yes, so all your people getting death threats? No. I'm just the only one over here calling your people devils. It's just me, you, and Bad Suit Wyatt, and Eli Jax, and Morgan, your buddies. It's just me over here calling all of your buddies devils. It's just me. It's just me. You ain't getting. And how did they see this? Oh, you know they homeboys came and showed them on their cell phones. Man, look at this, man. Look at this, man. Some guy on Facebook is painting you guys out to be devils, man. You know he done seen this. You know he done seen it. It's on TikTok. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. He done seen it. He done seen it. Oh yeah, he seen it. You little buster.
You know, for my own safety, I'm not going to put my own health and safety at risk. You know, it breaks my heart that I can't go, and it hurt me more than anything because obviously I want to say my last goodbyes to one of my best friends, but I mean, if I'm getting thousands of death threats of people saying they're going to kill me and do crazy things to my family and I couldn't bring myself to go because, you know, I got to put my own safety first.
Brother. Thousands. Safety first. Oh, yeah. They had the pitchfork and the mob out looking for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And even if that means, you know, missing my friend's funeral, I mean, it's horrible, and I wish I could have been there, but you know, that's what's been going on, you know.
And you know, you guys, I think this is the first time that you've publicly gave a statement about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And obviously, you're doing it with me. We're gonna put it out there for the world. Why did you choose to do it now, and why did you choose to not speak to anybody but me?
Right. Okay. Well, you know, Officer Tatum, I've been watching you for a good while now, and you know,
Oh, God. Nolan was not your friend. Nolan was not your friend, buddy. They should have stayed quiet. Yes. T. Slay, they should have stayed silent, quiet on the set. Oh, you know, I've been listening to you for a long time. Oh, so you've been looking at Nolan like he's a criminal thief, carjacker, everything the worst in the world. And the guy, oh, you know why he been looking at Officer Tatum? Because Officer Tatum is married to a white woman. He don't like that. He don't like that. And you seen that little back and forth with that little back and forth banter about Nolan holding the gun. Come on now. You and all your boys watch Officer Tatum. Walt, shut up. This is how I do my show, Buster. Sit back and learn something, boy.
That you choose to not speak to anybody but me.
Right. Okay. Well, you know, Officer Tatum, I've been watching you for a good while now, and you know, I think you're a great guy. You've kind of, ever since things got really hot, you've kind of been on my friends and I's side, and I really like that about you. I mean, I thought you were very confident and well-spoken, and I really enjoyed that.
Oh, my God. Oh, he didn't hit it with the well-spoken. You're not like the other Negroes. No, he didn't. Oh, my God, y'all. Did y'all hear it? That tells you right there what kind of dude he was. Did Officer Tatum get his Negro wake-up call in his own interview? We like the cooning you do, boy. You on the white people's side, boy. You speak so well, boy. We likes you, boy. You's a great boy. Well-spoken boy, yes. Ah. Dang, son. You not like them, boy. I seen all your cooning, boy. I seen you. You's a champion, boy. I seen all your cooning, boy. You's a good one, boy. Officer Tatum, boy. He should have just patted him on his head like a little dog. And Tatum would have been like, yeah. He should have just gave the nigga a treat right then and there. He should have gave the nigga a treat. Oh, shit. Wow. This interview, that's the best part of the interview. He should have gave my man, hey, good boy, Tatum. Come here, good boy, Tatum. Little Tatum, wait up.
Do it now, and why did you choose to not speak to anybody but me?
Right. Okay. Well, you know,
Tatum, why he's saying it.
Officer Tatum, I've been watching you for a good while now, and I think you're a great guy. You've kind of, ever since things got really hot, you've kind of been on my friends and I's side, and I really like that about you. I mean, I thought you were very confident and well-spoken, and I really enjoyed that.
He nodded his head.
All my friends and I.
He nodded his head, yes, sir, massa, and well-spoken. He nodded his head, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am, sir. Sir, yes, sir, thank you, master, yes, sir, yeah. God darn it. His mother must be proud. Why? She must. God.
I watch you. We all think you're great. We love your faith with the Lord. You know,
Jesus. You know it was coming, y'all. Is it me? Or do all the suspected YT supremacists always got to thank the coons for their love of Jesus? You's a good boy. You love Jesus, boy, and I likes that. I likes that, boy. I likes it. This is amazing.
And on my friends and I's side, and I really like that about you. I mean, I thought you were very confident and well-spoken, and I really enjoyed that. And all my friends and I watch you. We all think you're great. We love your faith with the Lord. You know, we try to be closer and closer with the Lord every day, and so did Nolan. You know, and
Nolan didn't go to your church because you ain't never been to Nolan's house. You ain't never prayed with Nolan. Everything he says is othering Nolan. He talks about it for self, then he includes Nolan too. Dude, who taught you how to talk? You're the worst representative. Is y'all noticing the other factor? This is crazy.
We just really liked the way you spoke about us and how you took our side, not based off someone's agenda, and based
not off those black people's agenda. You sided with us instead of going with the blacks. He might as well said that, y'all. He might as well have said that, y'all. He sided with us instead of siding with the blacks. You know, you're better than those other blacks. He might as well have just said that.
And so did Nolan, you know, and you know, that we just really liked the way you spoke about us and how you took our side, not based off someone's agenda and, you know, based off of race, because I mean that's a horrible thing, you know.
Was this about race? Did this have anything to do with race as far as from your perspective?
How you gonna ask? It's totally about race now. It's totally about race now. Because you love Officer Tatum. I love him. You just treat us so right, Officer Tatum. You understand me, Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum, me and all of my friends, we want you. We think you're so great and you speak so nice, Officer Tatum. Why don't you join our circle jerk later, Officer Tatum? Better yet, no. Don't do that, Officer Tatum. No, we don't want you. No. Nothing but dog whistling. Thank you. Thank you. Jay, thank you. Is this about race? Let's hear the dumbness that comes out his mouth, because you know it's going to be stupid.
Race? Did this have anything to do with race as far as from your perspective?
Absolutely not. I mean, Nolan's been a great friend of mine since 8th grade. Nolan isn't my only friend of color, and you know, I have plenty of friends through high school and friends I have now, not just Nolan, who are black, Mexican.
But none of them was as significant as Nolan, so that's the one that y'all had to set up. None of them was as significant as none of them was cradling Katie's mayo buns, so you didn't want to get them.
Mexican, you know, I've never looked at that, and none of my friends ever have. Like, and if you do, you know, that's disgusting, you know.
And if you had a chance to, you know, tell the world that have painted this picture of you and your friends as being potential murderers of Nolan, white supremacists, racists, what would you want the world to know if you can summarize to them in a very short paragraph or a few sentences?
Yeah.
What would you want to say to them if you had the opportunity?
I would want to say to them that my family and I are praying for y'all. You know, I can never bring myself to tell somebody that I'm going to kill them and that I'm going to, you know, like I've received and my family's received absolutely horrible threats about this.
Nobody knows your family, bro. That's first off. All we know is your mama and you. I doubt that anybody's making death threats to a judge or a judge's son, bro. Stop. Who are you talking to? Nobody's making death threats to a judge and a judge's son or anybody affiliated, especially if they live in that town. And y'all ain't getting death threats from nobody else because you don't got social media. So the lie detector determined that was a lie.
And, you know, I want people to know that our faith with the Lord is stronger.
Our faith with Jesus
and means more to us than anything. And We all trust in the Lord.
When in doubt, lean on Jesus. When the black people don't believe you, you better lean on Jesus.
The Lord, and for the Lord to reveal the truth. And I know that's what will happen because I have faith and my family has faith. But I want people to know that I'm praying for them. And if they want to speak.
When the black people don't believe you, you got to go into prayer. The black people is in doubt. You got to pull Jesus out. Come on, fam. Fam, come on now. Y'all gonna sit up there and let them do that to y'all?
And that I'm gonna, I've received and my family's received absolutely horrible threats about this. And I want people to know that our faith with the Lord is stronger and means more to us than anything. And we all trust in the Lord, and for the Lord to reveal the truth. And I know that's what will happen because I have faith and my family has faith. But I want people to know that I'm praying for them. And if they want to speak hate and speak, these horrible things, and I mean, you're obviously not in the right state of mind, and you need to work on yourself. It's a horrible thing, and but
What?
race was never a thing between Nolan and I and my friends. I mean, I have friends and my friends.
Nolan and I and my friends. Do I be reading through between the lines too much? Am I just reading into this too much? Why does he keep othering Nolan? But I love Nolan. He was my friend since the 8th grade, though. This dude, is this starting to make a little bit more sense to you guys? Is this starting to, is this really is this starting to soak into y'all? Is this dude sitting over there in full horns right now? Yeah, he talking about the Lord Satan. That's what Lord he talking about. The Lord Satano. Satarius. The Lord Satavian. He talking about something else. 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 He ain't talking about Jesus. No. Not with all that hogwash he talking about.
Friend group that are Mexican and mixed, black. I mean, that's never mattered. And I think it's just absolutely disgusting that people try to make this narrative out of something that it's absolutely not, first off, and out of something that they have zero facts about. Jackson County hasn't released any facts.
Mark Jackson.
There haven't been any facts about this case other than that, just timelines. It's, stuff like that. But it's horrible that people have made this out to be something that it's absolutely not. And it's disgusting in my opinion.
We're making it out to be exactly what you say it is, bro. You done sat up here and ran your diarrhea mouth for 3 interviews saying nothing. You've othered Nolan at every turn that is uttered between your little creased paperclip lips. It's not us. The gaslighting is real here, y'all. The gaslighting is real. Because it is us. It is y'all. The people in my chat that's watching this program. It is y'all that don't understand how much he loved it, Nolan. He loved it, Nolan. Oh, that's how you think you're going to make people leave? You talk too much. I'm out. I'm talking about your mama, fool. Anyway, he loved it, Nolan. Y'all just don't see it. And it is through the grace of God that I praise for Nolan. Yeah, paperclip lips. Yeah.
Nolan the only black person on that island?
Absolutely not. I saw a lot of black people. And like I said, I mean,
And you know what that means? That means you and everybody else had their eyes on all the black people on the island, Warren. Satan is their daddy. Mr. Make It Happen. Oh, yeah. Come on, man.
Was Nolan the only black person on that island?
absolutely not. I saw a lot of black people. And like I said, I mean, you know, it's not pointing out or anything. I mean, I wasn't looking at that, but my buddy Trayson was out there, and, you know, he's mixed. Javon was out there. He's came out. He's mixed. I know a bunch of my friends that are black that were out there that day that I haven't even mentioned. I mean, Nolan was not the only black person out there, by no means. I mean, like, there was thousands of people out there, white, Mexican, black, everyone, you know.
And in the friend group, is Nolan the only black person in the friend group?
Absolutely not. My buddy Trayson's black. I have other friends of color. I mean, our friend group's very tight, and, you know, we have not a small group of guys, but we have a.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do. And Nolan's not included. Yes, you do. I hear ya. I heard you, bro. Yeah, you got a small group of homies, and Nolan's not included. How do I know? Because you have othered him at every turn that you have gotten a chance to. Come on now.
But, you know, we have 10 to 12 guys in my friend group, and, you know, we're all from Ocean Springs, and, you know, we grew up together. But
you didn't want to say how many is black in your 12 guys in your friend group.
And, you know, we have not a small group of guys, but we have 10 to 12 guys in my friend group, and, you know, we're all from Ocean Springs, and, you know, we grew up together. But Nolan is not the only black guy in my friend group by any means, and everybody knows that.
There's controversy around the CETO, right? You guys called it in.
Right.
They have that record of you guys, you know, making that emergency call.
Right.
But then there's this, I guess, graphic of you guys traveling at a slow speed. Then all of a sudden you accelerate.
Right.
People are saying that that's an indication of something afoot or foul play.
Actually, nobody brought that up ever. He's cherry picking. This is a rehearsed interview. They told you what to say, and you're just saying it because nobody questioned about y'all slowing down and speeding up. What we had a question about is that call that I'm about to play in just a minute. But I'm just trying to get him to get this out. That call I'm about to play.
Going on in that timeline. What do you have to say to the naysayers who are mentioning that something must have happened, that you guys were going slow, then you accelerated all of a sudden?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely not. We got towed probably a quarter mile. Like I said, my buddy Bart drove his boat up next to ours after he pulled us out away from the island, and then he towed us a little more while we were trying to get the motor figured out. I mean, the motor would trim down. So then eventually, and the motor wouldn't trim down. And so eventually we figured out if you held the manual trim on the motor will stay in the water even when you start to accelerate. Because when my buddy would put the boat in gear and forward, the motor would come right back up. So it trimmed down, but then it'd come right back up when you went to go put it in forward and drive off. So yeah, we stopped at one point. My buddy pulled the plug out the boat, got back in the boat, the captain of the boat, got in the water, pulled the plug out the boat, got back in the boat, and hit it. And like I said earlier, we all transferred our weight to the front. So, because there was so much water in the back of the boat that when my buddy had it pinned out all the way, trying to go as fast as we can, and the boat was still sitting like this on the water. Wouldn't have plane out. So we had to move all the way to the front of the boat. Everybody had to get on the bow, and eventually we planed. Everybody got sat back, and when you're on plane and you're...
Did anybody ask him for any of this useless information? I swear that was not the question that was asked. Because you do it on the boat, and then on the boat, and then when you do it on the boat, the boat, the boat, the boat, the boat, the boat, and the boat. What are you, my ninja? What is up with you? That substance is whooping his ass right now. Whatever alleged substance that Cuz is on right now, it is getting the best of him. It's really not agreeing with his system like that right now. Because it's the boat, 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 boat. Yeah, he over explaining himself like a mother, ain't he though? Ooh wee haze. Man, y'all hit that like button, man, and make sure y'all subscribe. It be all type of people that be not subscribed, so make sure you hit the subscribe and make sure you hit the like. If you seeing the small interview with the stuff above and the chat below, we got a big interview with the whole screen, so you can see the whole screen, see it real big. Shout out to the people on J Lava that follow suit. And y'all, I see y'all on the vertical one. There's hella people on the vertical. I mean, on the horizontal. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I see it's a couple people on the Raw and Keeping P podcast. Most of y'all on the vertical run, and that's okay. Subscribe this time. Watch it how you comfortable. But next time, you got to come in on the landscape version so you can see the whole thing. You're missing out. You're missing out now. Plus, you can't even see my face that good. But anyway,
you're going, water starts coming out the boat. Like that's the whole reason he pulled the plug. Because when you come out the water and you're on plane and the boat's level, water starts coming out the boat. So, I mean, that's why we came to a stop, so he could jump in the water, pull the plug, and then we hauled in. There was no stopping, because if you do stop, the water starts coming back in the boat.
And we do know that's a lie now. See, I told y'all this information was old. David. Mods, do we need that real quick? Mods, do we need that? I ain't really seen them getting out of control. Y'all handling them pretty well. And plus, you can't just ignore them. You know they vampire suckers. Just like to subscribe. I appreciate that. That's what's up. We trying to get to the bottom of it over here. But I told y'all this information is old. This information came out a little bit ago, right? Because we now know that the tow company put out a statement saying that they never needed their services. I, this is all this is terrible for them. This is plumb terrible for them because all the information, like some of the videos that I got coming up, that y'all about to see, this is crazy. Yeah, they never told. That's right, Ken. Yeah. This is old. That's what I'm telling you.
The plug's out, so
there's nothing nefarious there. It's just a formality of trying to unplug the boat and
absolutely
get it,
not.
Get it docked properly.
Correct. I mean, we were just trying to, solve the boat's issues because we wouldn't have ever gone anywhere if the boat wasn't figured out. So,
and Nolan being a really good friend of yours, really good friend of all of you guys. Some of you guys have been accused of killing him. I mean, obviously he was somebody you knew, somebody you spent a lot of time with. With all that has gone on, if Nolan was here, what do you think he would say about all this?
I think Nolan has Nolan's one of the best men I've ever met. I mean, he has an amazing heart. And like I said in the beginning, I mean, Nolan is one of the nicest and sweetest people I've ever met. I mean, seriously, he had no hate in his heart.
But you did. Notice, see, you got to listen to what people listen to what people say, that projection. Because you had hate in your heart about Katie.
Whatsoever. I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be sick to his stomach. I mean, Nolan hated.
If Nolan knew this was going on, what, nigga? Nigga, what?
I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be sick to his stomach. I mean,
what the hell? Did y'all hear that? What the hell? What is that? I cannot believe he put his foot in his mouth and said that.
I mean, Nolan is one of the nicest and sweetest people I've ever met. I mean, seriously, he had no hate in his heart whatsoever. I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be sick to his stomach. I mean, Nolan hated all hate and arguing and drama. He didn't like any of that. So, I mean, I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be very, very upset. I mean, it's horrible. If he knew his friends were getting these threats and,
Oh my God. So what you say that was? Psychopath? This nigga gotta be crazy. Thank you for the jewels, Pixel Peeps. This nigga gotta be crazy. Did he say Nolan wouldn't have what?
We were, felt threatened for our lives. Nolan hated all
this.
I think Nolan has Nolan's one of the best men I've ever met. I mean, he has an amazing heart. And like I said in the beginning, I mean, Nolan is one of the nicest and sweetest people I've ever met. I mean, seriously, he had no hate in his heart whatsoever. I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be sick to his stomach. I mean, Nolan hated all hate and arguing and drama. He didn't like any of that. So, I mean, I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be very, very upset. I mean, it's horrible. If he knew his friends were getting these threats and, we were, felt threatened for our lives, I mean, Nolan would be traumatized if he was here, and if he knew that. I mean, he was a person of no violence, and he had a really good heart. He would hate it.
You think your friendship with Nolan inspired you to want to speak out?
Of course. I mean, I know Nolan, and like I said, I've been really tight with Nolan since 8th grade, and he's a best friend of mine. He's like a brother, and Nolan's the type of guy to fight back for what's right and fight for the truth. And I know Nolan would tell me if he was here to fight back and make sure the truth is out and make sure your word is out, because that's what matters most.
So after all that's been said in this interview, do you have any theories about what could have possibly happened to Nolan?
You know, my buddies and I have talked about it. And like I said, I mean, I've been on the water my entire life. My friends have. It's not like we're unexperienced in this, but Nolan was my best friend, and he was my friend's best friends. And well, he was like a brother to me. And more than anything,
he was my friend's best friends. I'm not finna sit. I've been trying to play it out, but I'm not just finna keep sitting up here and let this dude keep othering this dude. And he was my friend's best friend. He was my best friend. He was my friend's best friend. Hey man, y'all must not be used to hearing bullshit. Y'all, whose bullshit meter is what bullshit? What the hell? Just what the hell? Does this start to make a little bit more sense, guys? I mean, is that what he's transforming to on that couch over there, telling all of them damn stories? I'm just saying. I ain't heard a emotion, a voice inflection, nothing. Greg, no, nothing. I ain't heard this boy acting like, people just die every day, B. They just, they just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people croak. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. Does this start to make sense a little bit, y'all? I did this weeks ago. I'm telling you, I knew it, man. The ancestors came down and told me that these folks was devils. They told me that these folks was devils.
Thing that's most important is what happened to him. And I want to know just as much as anybody else. I mean,
I'm sure you do. Boy, you done already seen the video. They'd already been passing that around on Telegram. Y'all, you already seen the videos on WhatsApp. It's a secret server on some Reddit app. You know what happened. Hell, you set it up. Your job was to get him there and keep the phone. Or if we listen to these tapes, it sounds like Nolan was on the boat. Dun Diggleberry. It sounds like Nolan was on the boat. Like they got him on the boat. That's why they had to. Something happened. We gonna hear them tapes, but wait a minute.
That's all. Like my friends haven't stopped talking about that. Like what happened, and like just trying to figure it out. But I would never want to put it on somebody else because of the hate that I.
Of course, you wouldn't want to put it on nobody else. Who wants to be looked at like this? Like you really is. Of course you don't want to put it on nobody else. Because that's putting it on you too. Come on, Brody Doty. Hold
on. In this interview, do you have any theories about what could have possibly happened to Nolan?
My buddies and I have talked about it. And like I said, I mean, I've been on the water my entire life. My friends have. It's not like we're unexperienced in this, but Nolan was my best friend, and he was my friend's best friends. And well, he was like a brother to me. And more than anything, and the thing that's most important is what happened to him. And I mean, I want to know just as much as anybody else. I mean, that's all. Like my friends haven't stopped talking about that. Like, what happened, and like just trying to figure it out. But I would never want to put it on somebody else because of the hate that I've received for just being out there around them, and my name getting brought up because I called the Coast Guard. I was the first one to call the Coast Guard. I mean, I don't know, and I want to know more than anybody. I mean, my friends and I are like very like have been wondering this for a while, and we just want to know as much as anybody else what happened to him. But I would never want to sit here and blame anybody else and put this on anybody else because of the hate and death threats that my family and my friends have received. It's horrible, and I would never want someone else to like experience that.
Yeah, especially if there's no evidence to it.
Exactly.
So I got two more things I want to address directly. It's been said out there that you guys immediately deleted your social media, lowered it up, as if you were in some type of fear that you would be implicated in this. What do you say to that?
I mean, of course we lured up, and of course, I deleted my social media. I was getting death threats before anything ever came out because I was the one that called the Coast.
You couldn't, man. We didn't even know all that then. You lying? Thank you for the jewels, June. Cuz is lying. We didn't even know everything we knew, or even when he made this video, we didn't even know all that. The lawyered up we knew. It took a little minute for the we didn't even start getting into that until Nolan was found dead. On the 6th, when Nolan was found dead, then people, because at first we had a little lightweight, slight weight, halfway, somewhat sort of kind of hope that Cuz was okay. Man, Cuz is lying. How you gonna get thousands of death threats and the story wasn't even out there like that? Come on, bruh. This man, listen, man. I'm just saying, fam. Like this old Drago jaw, old Mr. Clean Throat, old 2x4 jaw face ass. This nigga look like he's a black belt in the jaw. Like that nigga jaw looks strong as hell. Man, come on, fam. He is totally lying. And I just can't take it no more. Yeah, that boy got Toucan Sam nose ass. Big Will, what up? Oh, cockatoo nose face ass. This nigga. David. It's like Clue, Mayberry edition. Thanks for the super chat, family. And shout out to all my members up in here. Money Mike, keeping it tight. Win, doing it in. Renee, having it her way. You know what I'm talking about? All my membies. This dude, this is the best one yet. This is better than the one from yesterday.
Scarred. I mean, people put this all on me because I was the one that called. I was the one that was, worried. My friends were just as well. I mean, of course I deleted all my social media. I was getting insane death threats, like stuff I couldn't even believe.
We can't believe it either. Christy, thanks for the jewels. We can't believe it either, buddy. I can't believe the death threats that you were getting either, sir. Can't believe it. Yeah, he got that old Brutus the Barber beefcake jaw face ass. Old junkyard dog jaw. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all. That jaw is jawing, though. Misha. That boy got a Sealy Posturepedic jaw. That nigga. That nigga's jaw suffering from mesothelioma. Nigga, that nigga. Sheesh. God. That nigga can use his jaw to get reception on a TV, face ass nigga. Oh my God. Jeez Louise. Hey, if y'all new here, usually around this time it'd be a lot of trolls in the joint. So what we like to do is we like to do a roll call where you tell where you tapping in from, because I think it's time. Let's go. Y'all know what time it is. You gotta tell me where you from, baby. Come on now. ATL up in here. North Carolina up in here. Texas up in here. Florida up in here. Charlotte. Memphis 10. Roll call. NYC up in here. ATL, baby. B-more. Tuscaloosa. Hey, shout out to the super chat. What kind of fast is we up in here? Misha, Flint, Michigan, Cali, Tennessee, Richmond, Virginia, Alabama, Bronx, Los Angeles, California, Nolan, San Clemente, New Jersey, north side of the game. We got DC, we got Jackie in Washington, DC, we got Jersey, we got Detroit, we got California, we got Tennessee, we got Memphis, Tennessee, we got Saginaw, Michigan, we got Ohio, we got Cali, Oakland to be exact. You dig? Michigan up in this zone. Birmingham, Alabama up in this job. Newark. One time for the Busters. Arkansas, Miami, M-Town. AT Aliens in the building. We got Philly. We got Ohio, Augusta, Georgia. Wichita, Kansas in this thing. Fremont, California. Greensboro, North Carolina. Norfolk, Virginia. Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, Florida. Chicago, Illinois. Montgomery, Texas. VA, Washington. Yeah! Denver, Texas, Pittsburgh. Y'all busters. See, look, we only do that to lower the numbers down. It seems like the higher ups don't like it when the Negroes come together. So we just come together in our Negro spiritual to flush out the bad spirits. Michelle, thank you so much. Flush out the bad spirits. We noticed the other day, right? Far Rockaway, ooh, New York, Michigan, Mississippi. Yeah. So listen, we found out the other day that the trolls in the chat, they be like on a time clock. Like, so we right in the middle of shift. I think they shift don't start over until like 5 or 6. So this is the new chat because we had some different dweebs and busters last night. So I'm noticing these patterns, right? But they can't stand when we show black unity, y'all. They can't stand it. Michelle, on the side of the game. You know what I'm talking about? Sprinkleman with some sparkles. But they don't like when we come together like that. So look, this the game, y'all. Let me tell y'all what y'all up against. Hit the like real quick and subscribe. But this is what we up against. We got a group. It'd be like 5, 6, 7 of them. And their whole job is to make sure that their higher ups see them in the chat engaging. So y'all can choose to pet the dweebs if you want to. I just let them stick around so y'all can see what kind of crazy they is. I got a new sub today, boy. Yes, sir. What? Yes, sir. Michael Lynch, peace and blessings. Ew. Yep, it's the unity. I found this out the other day on the post. We busted out and got the hooping and hollering in here. Boy, they got mad in a mug. Tina, welcome aboard. This is what black love and unity look like. Gina up in here, she in New Orleans, she tapping in. She had to say something. That's right. You said vampires all over the world sucking the blood out of the nation. Well, listen here, that's my specialty, right? I specialize in turning these folks into the devils that they be. Hey, I got a new one today, y'all. Real quick. I got a new one today. Y'all remember that interview? I told y'all I was going to get her. I told y'all. The Mississippi coroner. Where that neck at, fam? The Mississippi medical examiner. Where that neck at, B? Huh? Tate Reeves. You talking about it ain't no foul play? Come on, bruh. And Angel. Where that autopsy report? Why you didn't make sure them folks got that neck with that autopsy report? Huh? Why you didn't do that? Hold on, I know some of y'all in the big profile. Hold on, my bad. There she go in all there they go in all they splendor. Why you ain't make sure them folks got that neck and that throat and all of that when them folks did that autopsy? Why you ain't do that, old girl? Old girl. Old girl, why you do that? You see, look, and y'all peep what kind of devil that the AI make them into. Don't that's fitting. Look how the little look how it look. It just come on out. It just come on out. Yeah, she one of them. And for the ones that didn't get to see it good, boom. Tate Reeves, he's a real one. Look at him. He looked like the in-game boss devil. He looked like the one at the end of the board with the high meters. If y'all can't see the devil good, see, now listen, y'all. If y'all on here and y'all can't see the devil real good, it look real small up there, y'all got to go to the big one so it look real big over there. You see? Yeah, you see what kind of devil he is. Mm-hmm. I'm the biggest devil. Yeah, that's him. That's him. The medical examiner, the chief. Hey, you know this dude, Mr. Mark Levine, is being investigated by the Attorney General's office right now and has been placed on administrative leave. And they ain't saying nothing. Did you know that? They all devils, man. They all devils, man. That's them. That's them. Look, Cuz got he got 4 horns and pointy ears. He's a real one. Cuz got 4 horns. He's double the devil. Oh, I be cooking like this, Tree. You just came? Nyla, you just came? Sunny day. Diamond. Oh, y'all just came? Y'all ain't know how I go over here? Ben, you just tapping in? Michelle, I see y'all. I see all y'all. Oh, okay. Come on. Let's get to this 911 call, y'all. Let's get to it. I've been holding it. Let's get to this call, y'all. Let's get to it. Listen close. I'm gonna turn the volume up. I got a couple people who hold on. I like this brother right here. I got a couple different ones that got the call on there. So let's go. Hey, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. Mr. Lake Show, I appreciate the jewels, family. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Just to keep it Pete Podcast, man. Subscribe, hit that like, man. It's what you got to do now. Let me turn the volumes up on this call so make sure everybody can hear it. Let me know if that's too loud for y'all headphones and all too.
Emergency call of Nolan's friends calling to have their boat towed has been released. And you can hear in the background, they're saying, "Wake up, Nolan, is he dead?" It's fascinating. It is interesting. And I think it's starting to ramp up this investigation, what really might have happened. So listen to this audio and then leave a comment. Tell me what you think about what is developing.
Tito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? How far is the water coming up, sir?
Hold on. That one wasn't a good one. Hold on. I got a couple of them that had the call on there. Let me get one that's I ain't like that one. I got a couple of them that got the call on there. Don't worry about it. Hold on now. Just hold your horses now. Put your horses on the hold now. Hold on now. Cause we got the phone call now. We got the phone call. Hold on now. I scour Sam. I bring it to my man Sam. My man Sam.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and this is insane. You have to hear this audio in the beginning where they're calling for the emergency for their bilge pump and they're taking on water. I swear you can hear her say, "Oh my God, is he dead?" and yells Nolan. Listen to the audio.
To connect you.
Tito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the...
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
First of all,
Hey, I heard that. Let me go back. I heard that. It was like, oh my God, is he dead? Oh my God, Nolan.
Listen to the audio.
To connect you.
Tito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the...
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
First of all, the guy making the call sounds definitely drunk, and I don't know, are we reaching here? But I think there is more in this call in the background. This is as much as the audio has been able to be sweetened, but there has to be some audio people out there with some good software that can really bring out this audio for us, because I think he was on that boat, and I think this whole emergency call was just to cover, because as you know, Cito said they were called out, but then they canceled it. The Coast Guard didn't come out until the next day, but then the Coast Guard says, oh yeah, no, we came to look the day before. Everybody is covering, allegedly, for these kids. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president.
Nah, you ain't lying, Sam. It is what it is, fam. It straight is what it is. And hold on, y'all. Check this out. Didn't I tell y'all, didn't I raise these same points the other day? Is this dude, you would think this dude has watched my video, because I stopped and I talked on these same points.
Hold on. Buddy says they asked Nolan, yo, we leaving. He was cuddled up. He was cuddled up with Katie. Like, he was cuddled up with Katie. And they asked him in front of Katie, hey, bro, we leaving.
And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the
multiple times, get on the boat in front of Katie.
boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. And like he said, you know.
How many people heard that? Well, there's just,
at least
just a
five.
few,
I mean, everyone that was on our boat right there, because the Palm Beach had already left. My buddy went ahead and went home on the Palm Beach, and three guys on the way back. And Nolan wasn't the only person to ride out there with us. And
so they was yelling, hey, yeah, Nolan, we leaving. Nolan chose to stay behind because he was cuddled up with Katie. Katie heard this conversation. let's fast forward real quick. Now, look what he said Katie told him. Now, if there was yelling out to Nolan, we leaving, and Nolan says, I'm staying behind with Katie, I'm not leaving, then Katie's explanation would not make, watch this.
Had text somebody.
Yeah.
And I heard
multiple times, Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat. And
Nolan made a decision to stay on the island with Katie. He had Katie cradle up in his hands.
Island him there, or my friends just left him there. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard the girl that he was with, Katie, had text somebody that she heard people yelling
correct
for Nolan to get on. Is that true?
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking and everybody's
Katie confirmed, yo, I heard them telling Nolan, hey, bro, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. They say Nolan never came with us. Katie's saying, I heard them screaming, he gotta go. And Nolan told me he was leaving with them.
Texting Katie, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, this is the last time I saw him, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat. And she was right there.
Then that means he went with you. Oh my God. Yo, this is it. This is it. This is the confession. It's either Katie got something to do with this or y'all got something to do with this. This is the confession. If y'all said Nolan did not come with y'all left without Nolan, and the Katie girl says, yo, he was with me, but the last time I seen him was when y'all was calling for him, and he left me to go with y'all. Oh. Isn't this the confession?
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Y'all done told on yourselves, man. Hold on. Buddy says,
come on now. I said the same thing yesterday. Oh, thanks for the jewels in the clutch, JD. I'm just saying though. This is the same thing I said yesterday. I'm really just saying I told you, because when I went through the whole video, I brought up those same exact points, man. I came up with them same exact points. I said the same exact thing. He's not even really doing nothing but repeating what I went through, what I said yesterday. And everybody that was rocking and rolling with me, y'all remember it too. I'm not the only one. Come on now. Come on, y'all. It wasn't just me, Lil Pico. And then, hold up. Y'all thought I was tripping with this othering thing. Come on, Kim. Y'all thought I was tripping with this othering thing, right?
About 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house. So I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, "Oh, what's going on with all this Nolan stuff?" Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and he was just like, "Oh, where y'all at?" My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house, and
Dickhead, how many times are you gonna say the word buddy, huh? You couldn't say Jax? Because we know you departed from Jax's house. So if you saying you was at Jax's house at 12:30, and that's where the parents picked up the phone, that means you didn't have to go all the way to Pascagoula, right? Jax lives in Ocean Springs, right? And Now, the phone wasn't picked up at 11. The phone was picked up at 12:30.
Exactly.
At Jax's house? Or your buddy's house? Your buddy. Why you can't say who your buddy is? What is there to hide? Why are you using vague words on purpose? Okay? And did y'all hear the story about picking up the phone?
Man, come on. I'm just saying, I'm not the only one saying these things. I'm basically saying I told you so. Basically. Because it's really pretty much exactly what I was saying. And then they want to go, then, just like I was saying, y'all love Officer Tatum? That's y'all mans?
Now, huh? Is that why Warren's mama reached out to Officer Tatum, asking him to do the interview with Warren right before them autopsy results came out? I find it really convenient that the only person you want to talk to is the token man. You want to talk to the house ninja. And you did that to try to make it seem like, oh yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with race. Let's get a BLK man to interview him. So that'll make all the other BLK people want to believe it. It ain't work. We see straight through that. And let's be real. He didn't say anything of any substance. And Officer Tatum, while you're accusing Al Sharpton and Ben Crump and everybody else making this out to be a money grab, baby, you doing the same damn thing. Why you ain't just released the whole interview? Why do you have to chop it up into segments? You gotta feed it to us like that, so that way you can continue to make money off of the videos that you push out. You act like we don't know the game, dude. It's YouTube. We get it. We know how YouTube pays. But that's neither here nor there. The interview was lame. All Warren did was talk about how good of a friend he was. And you know what's really strange is that y'all been friends since y'all was in the 8th grade, except he's been to your house all these different times, but you ain't never been to his house. You never even met his mother, and y'all have been friends since the 8th grade. What kind of sense does that make? Why, Warren, why didn't you ever go to his house?
Come on, man. Come on. I'm just saying, did I say any of this? Did I say any of this? I said all of this. They straight up lying. This is the lie of the century, too. But go ahead, cook out, sis.
Were you not allowed to go to his house because of his color? Is that what it was? He was your friend in private, but he couldn't be your friend in public. Because you couldn't go to his house, but he can come to yours all day long. The devil is a lie. I just say it's just mighty convenient that now you want to come out talking. So they scrambling now, huh? Is that why Warren's mama reached out to Officer Tatum, asking him to do the interview with Warren right before them autopsy results came out?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see the bussies over there in the comments section. Y'all mad. You guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. Okay. Well, maybe y'all will feel a different way if I let your people say it to you. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time for your people to say it for you.
Just did a press conference with his lawyer, and they were saying there was probably over 200 people, 200 kids, teenagers there, maybe adults. Why are you not coming forward? Why are you not contacting Nolan's lawyer? Why are the parents not sitting down with their children and finding and figuring out and seeking for answers? And then white people want to say, why does this always have to be about race? Are you kidding me right now? Because everything is about race. Everything. And guess who started that? We white people. We made it about race.
Did you hear what she said? She trying to speak to her folks right now, and y'all need to be listening. She trying to speak to you right now, and you need to be listening. What she had said?
People want to say, why does this always have to be about race? Are you kidding me right now? Because everything is about race. Everything. And guess who started that?
Who started it? You want to tell me who started it?
We white people.
What?
We made it about race.
What? Damn. What she had said? Damn.
Are you kidding me right now? Because everything is about race. Everything. And guess who started that? We white people. We made it about race. Because we come from black people. We made it about race.
What? Say it ain't so. Say, is she cooking with non-seasoning? She broiling right now. She broiling like a mug, boy. Is she broiling? She is broiling on you.
This has everything to do about race. And this has been going on for centuries.
Centuries? A long time, them folks? What? She broiling they chicken right now, boy. She giving y'all a good, healthy taste of water pie right now, boy. Oh, they mad now. She's serving up a good old scoop of that water pie. Yeah, they in the comments mad. They getting a healthy dose of Rice Krispie treats right now. Because you know they can make the hell out of some Rice Krispie treats. If y'all ain't never had Rice Krispie treats from a white person, you ain't lived. I'm from Minnesota. They can make some Rice Krispie treats. The rice they getting a whole heap and helping of potatoes with raisins right now. Is she broiling or is she broiling?
Many black kids, boys, girls, adults have been murdered by white people, murdered by police officers, and just white people stay silent.
Damn. Is she giving the playbook? I mean, the sauerkraut is thick on this one. She boiling on y'all. Boiling on y'all. And y'all mad. Y'all is mad. What she had said?
Have been murdered by white people, murdered by police officers, and just white people stay silent.
Damn. Damn. I mean, she got an easy bake oven the way she cooking y'all fools. Cooking you. Damn. Tell him, Baxter.
They stay in their little bubble. They protect one another. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. It is disgusting. You tell him, Baxter. You tell him.
So this is your choice. This is your chance. This is your time to be an actual human being.
God, and be a human being? You talking about like be regular? Like have empathy and stuff like that? Like care about somebody or see something from somebody else's view? Not act like aliens and demons and devils? Huh? This they chance to do they dance? Damn, Becky cooking y'all. Go ahead, Beck.
To actually have empathy and make the correct choice, make the right decision right now, to speak up, to contact Nolan's lawyers.
Becky fed up with y'all. Becky don't want no parts of it anymore, guys. She's sick of it. She's sick of it, guys. She don't want no part. She's sick of your crap. I'm sick of your crap, YT people. Let them know, Beck. She air frying, ain't she? She air frying them fools, ain't she? She ain't playing. I'm sick of it. She's serious too. Look how she look right now. She's serious as hell, boy. She's sick. She's fed up.
We all know this is the thing. You cannot fake intuition. You cannot. You cannot fake intuition.
She knows about you. She feel it in a Mayo bones. She feel it all up in her osteoporosis bones. She feel it now. She feel it. She feel it now. Oh, yeah. She feel it. You better believe what she's saying now. Come on, Becky.
You cannot fake energy. We know what these white boys did. We know they killed him. We know.
Damn. What you said? Damn. She said they know. That's sure enough funky right there now. That's sure enough funky right there. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you got to tell it like it is, you got to tell it like it is. And she's telling it like it is. She said she know she got the very superstitious. Writing on the wall. She got it all up in here. Y'all better listen to it when they listen. When somebody tell you who they is, you best believe them. Now, you can choose not to if you want to. You can choose not to. That'll be to your own detriment. But when they let you know, come on now, it's serious. Tell them back.
We all know this is the thing. You cannot fake intuition. You cannot. You cannot fake intuition. You cannot fake energy. We know what these white boys did. We know they killed him. We know. And their parents are now trying to cover it up. And now, apparently, the boat that they were on got cleaned outside some judge's house. Oh, I wonder what judge that was or what kind of connections she has with other judges.
Damn. She's spilling the beans. Did you hear what she said?
House. Oh, I wonder what judge that was or what kind of connections she has with other judges.
Damn.
This is what they do. This is what white people do.
Damn. That's what they do? It's sure enough getting funky. Becky telling all our secrets.
Judges. This is what they do. This is what white people do. So when people want to ask, why are they making it about race? Because it's always about race. Everything is about race. Wake up, white people. Wake up. I grew up with white privileged boys like this. I know exactly the attitude, the energy they have, how they move, what kind of bullies they are, what their parents are, how their parents cover up everything they do. This has everything to do about race. And quick.
Damn. Damn, man. Sheesh. I said sheesh. Let's go, Becky. Man. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. I ain't say that. She said that. That's crazy. That's nuts, my friend. But let's pin the tail on the liar, though.
Maybe what's really going on. So we have this young lady who's saying that Nolan wasn't with Katie, and then of course then we have what Warren says, and everything is just a mess. And I have to wonder, is it that one or the other is lying, or is it that this is a purposeful ruse to put so many conflicting stories out there, because we already have over 100 conflicting stories. Nolan was back on the boat. Nolan wasn't back on the boat. Nolan was at the pool party. Nolan wasn't at the pool party. Nobody knew Katie. And then now all of a sudden, oh yeah, Katie's the homie. We called her up on the phone. You know, so you've got all these stories so that people are already, like I said, completely confused, don't know what's going on. And then when the jury gets picked, they will by that time have heard over 100 conflicting stories, because you know, juries are supposed to come. The idea is, you know, you're supposed to come and you're supposed to have this clean slate, and you're only supposed to hear what the prosecution and what the defense, you know, what they present. But fact and matter and reality is that people who are in the jury are from the community, and they have already, for months prior to being picked for jury duty, already made their own decisions. They've listened to hundreds of videos and watched commentary and read the newspaper and watched, you know, all these things. And so they come in and yeah, they're hearing what the defense and what the prosecution has to say. And they are, you know, going to evaluate the evidence that they put forth, but they still have in their head, you can't get rid of all the months of information that they have been given by social media, whether it's correct or incorrect. And so I really believe that the purpose behind all of this is to make things, the water, so muddy that people really just don't know what to think. And when people don't know what to think, and when they're not conclusively convinced, what do? They don't convict. And I think that this might be the purpose of it. Not, you know, let this one lie, let that one lie, let their stories conflict, and it'll just leave people more confused than they ever were. And if there is a majority white jury, they are definitely going to vote not to convict. That's my personal opinion. Watch the video. Tell me what you think.
Nolan never went with her.
You know, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, you know, this is the last time I saw him. You know, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat. And she was right there to see that Nolan decided not to.
So I'm going to play some video for you, and you can decide for yourself maybe what's really.
Is that the case? They trying to fumble. They trying to fumble the wumbles. Now, did y'all know about this new picture though? Did y'all know about this new picture?
Attorney Ben Crump posted a picture of Nolan on the boat leaving the island. On top of that, I don't know if y'all heard the 911 call, but in the background of the 911 call, you can hear the boys yelling, "Wake the fuck up." Let's listen to it.
Pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up?
And before y'all get on here and say, we don't know what they said, we can't hear, we can't, shut up. Let me slow it down for you.
Pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a...
And then on top of that, the 911 caller asked you, did you need a Coast Guard? You said no. If the boat is sinking, why don't you need a Coast Guard? And not to mention, Warren's stepmom is a judge. She kept these boys off of social media because of clickbait and to keep them safe. So why conveniently, after Ben Crump give the autopsy results, Warren is on here doing an interview? And let's talk about his interview. You said in that interview last time you saw Nolan was with Katie at 3 p.m. So how during the 911 call you saw him again? Your friend saw him again at 4:30. Make it make sense. And not to mention, because I'm going to keep mentioning that Mississippi still got this baby's body's parts. Make sure you like, comment, follow, share, and repost. I Am a Single Mom. If you want to help donate to my platform as well, all of the information will be linked below. Love you, bye. Nolan Wells left that island. Attorney Ben...
Let her go ahead and get that off. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and let her get that off. You know what I'm talking about? I'm saying, what y'all think? What y'all think so far, man? Because my thing is this. Let me just lay it out there, okay? Whether he left the island and got murked, whether he got murked on the island, he got murked, and all them people know what happened. You want to know why? Huh? Because it's a modern day lynching. That's why. It's a modern day lynching that's more sophisticated. They lured him in. They was sent as the Trojan horses to get close to my boy. They was fattening him up until the 250th anniversary of America. Brought him. Their job was to bring him on out there and leave the phone and take the phone. They wasn't worried about seeing it because they was going to see it later. And there's also plausible deniability, right? It was the setup. It was the setup from the beginning because we already know that his mission was to go out there and meet up with Katie. And they probably knew that. And they didn't like that. So either Katie's people and her cousin on the run had something to do with it, or the KKK could have been on the island already. Like the lynching folks could have been on the island. It don't matter if it was families and all of that there. It was families and all of that at the lynchings back in the day. Little kids and all. Stop me when I'm wrong. Everybody was at the lynching back in the day, right? I'm just saying. Everybody was on the island. They waited for the night to get down. His homeboys had already left him. He thought he had a ride back with Katie and them, but Katie and them was like, not so fast, because they finna get with you. And they got with him. Now there's something strange about that though. Now I got to bring it back around to this though. Wait a minute. It's something strange about that though. Because y'all remember when the dad was saying that there was a family there. Remember that? So hold on, wait a minute.
So we are about to listen to a video recording of Nolan's father speaking about a family that allegedly was camping on the island the same night that Nolan went missing. And this, in my opinion, shout out to Nicole Everything for this video, is very important potentially, because if Nolan had been, and we all know he wasn't on that island, but if Nolan had been on that island that night, he would have seen that family, and that family would have seen him, and he would have sought out assistance. The mere fact that the family didn't see him, and obviously he did not see that family, to me is very significant and says everything.
On the trip there was a family that stayed at night on the island, like actually tented out on the island. So if he was left, he would have saw that family on the island, and there was 2 other boats docked, so he would have had help. So I don't know. I think we stayed there for like an hour and a half. That's when Jackson County and the sheriff department showed up, and they were going to do their rounds. And I had a classmate of mine, him and his 2 boys, that came out and they searched, and then they got back in touch with me and said the Coast Guard had finally showed up in airplanes. So
we are about to listen to a video recording of Nolan's father speaking about a family that allegedly was camping.
My bad. I just want to make sure y'all heard that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that we heard all. So now there was somebody who wanted. I was wondering about this judge situation when they had rolled over there about the phone. Sis said she got the tea on that.
Let's talk about how Nolan and them family rolled up over there at the judge house where Warren them was, and politely went over there and got Nolan keys in his phone. Oh yeah, they didn't know the phone had a track on it. Cause what they thought they was finna do is get rid of everything they can get rid of in that phone and get rid of that phone. But newsflash, it was a tracker on it and mama was on it. Yes, Lord. Let's talk about how the sheriff gonna try to say there's no foul play before the autopsy even came out, thinking it was finna be an open and shut case. Baby Colin, Ben Crump, and Al Sharpton politely got Nolan body up out of there and shipped it to Washington, D.C. so they can do an independent autopsy. Hello. I wonder who the girl was that they called to get the confirmation on where Nolan Keys was. Could it have been Katie? That they don't know. Have you ever seen somebody deactivate their social media page for the safety of their children, but continuously activate their motherfucker back so they can make statements saying that they're being threatened? Let's talk.
Yeah, that's a great point too. Cause Ashley Cole just the other day just put out a statement that said right is right and wrong is wrong. She just did that, y'all. I don't know if y'all know that, but she just did that.
About the statements that the judge keep making online, but she ain't made one statement telling nobody how they brought that boat over to her house and it was cleaned that same night. Let's talk about his friends, Nolan friends that he went out to the island with, how they were so much his friends for years, but they haven't so much as sent condolences or nothing to the family at all, the mothers either. And y'all can quit concerning yourself about their GoFundMe money. His coach donated over $200,000 to go towards his legal fees and also his investigation into the causing of his death. Tyler Perry is paying for his funeral and Colin paid for his independent autopsy. His mother said on Good Morning America that Nolan was known for bringing people together, and she ain't lie. His daddy also said on Good Morning America that Nolan just wanted to make it and be successful and take care of his family. Guess what Nolan doing? Bringing everybody together and taking care of his family, even in the afterlife. Nolan Wells. Don't forget his name because this is going to be something to remember. And all the people that did the evilness against this good boy, guess what? Was done in the dark finna be brought to the light in front of the whole world.
Amen, sis. For real, for real. For real, for real. She did cook that out though. But here we go with them folks. Shout out to Jennifer. She say she know what happened. She just gonna tell you straight up what it is.
Stop scrolling. Nolan Wells was schmurdered. Argue with yourselves. I'm not trying to hear it. All the idiots saying the dumbass shit. Oh, he couldn't swim. It was an accidental drowning. Just an unfortunate accident. Nolan Wells was schmurdered. Nolan was talking to a white girl. The white rich boys had a fucking problem with it. So he was schmurdered.
Straight like that. I'm just saying, them two influencers or content creators ain't related. They ain't nowhere near related. It's coming from all across the board. It's coming from all across the board. She said it. When they tell you, you better take that in. You better take that in. Yeah. Uh-huh. You better take all that in. What you say, little mama?
If you don't believe me, why the fuck didn't they send his throat? Why didn't they send and allow his throat to be examined by the second independent autopsy? Why is the state of Mississippi saying no further details and evidence will be released unless a grand jury steps in? If Nolan Wells just accidentally drowned, if it was just some tragic accident, why did these rich white boys instantly lawyer up? Why didn't they just cooperate with the police? Why didn't they cooperate with Nolan's parents? Why didn't they immediately return Nolan's phone to his parents? Why did they drag their feet to give Nolan's keys back to his dad for his car? Why did they immediately clean the boat before anyone investigated it? They didn't seem too worried or concerned with where Nolan was, even though they claimed to be such great friends with him. The boy who handed over those keys referred to Nolan in the past tense, and this is before we knew that he was no longer with us. A boy and his mother did an interview, and the entire time the mother was nudging him when he went to answer certain questions. Didn't look suspicious at all. The math is not mathing. Nothing makes sense. Too much shit doesn't add up. Everything about this case reeks intent, lies, and foul play. Why would you send a body to be examined for a second autopsy and not send the throat? The throat would have confirmed if he had drowned, if that were the case. Why in the fuck would they not have sent the throat? Nolan Wells was murdered, and the state of Mississippi is trying to lie, hide, and cover it up. This case has hit national news, and they don't want the truth getting out on what happened. It sickens me to my core to see how many people are trying to deny and say that it was an accident. He wasn't a strong swimmer. It was an unfortunate tragedy. If this situation were in reverse, and Nolan was white and it was a group of black guys, you guys would be singing a different fucking tune. They would have all been locked up and in jail, no questions fucking asked. Everyone would be in a rage, screaming, guilty, 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 if Nolan was white and it was reversed. But since that's not the case, Mississippi is doing what they do best. Covering the fucking shit up. Fuck that. Nolan Wells was murdered, and the state of Mississippi is trying to fucking cover up what really fucking happened.
Period. 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 We not the only ones saying it. We don't do the liberal or the all of that. She's just saying what it is. Y'all love doing the liberal and all of that. We don't do that. She just said what it was. Can you dispute what she's saying is the question. Notice that, y'all. Notice everybody in the chat, right? They can't dispute nothing we're talking about. Like when it comes in terms of us speaking about how low quality and fake friend this dude is, they can't explain that. When we talk about the inconsistencies and the straight up lies that we're supposed to believe, they can't explain that. Y'all got a hard time explaining that. Yeah, that was all facts. Straight facts. But back to my sis again, she made a striking similarity.
For all my internet detectives out there, I need y'all to listen up. I have a theory about this Nolan Wells case. I'm starting to wonder, does this have anything to do with the Carmelo Anthony case? And is this maybe like a get back, or is this some type of ritualistic thing that they do on the 4th of July every single year? Because I heard that's something that they do out there. But the reason why I'm mentioning Carmelo,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not the only, I just want to make sure y'all know we ain't the only ones thinking that. We're not the only ones thinking that. You heard what she said now. I just wanted to make sure we was clear on that.
Because I heard that's something that they do out there. But the reason why I'm mentioning Carmelo Anthony is because if you listen to Warren's testimony, he says in there that they told Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. They told him multiple times. And I find it just kind of weird how he used that as part of his testimony, that they told him multiple times to get on the boat. Just like how they told Carmelo Anthony multiple times to get out of the tent. For all my internet detectives out there, I need y'all to listen up. I have a theory about this.
Yeah, okay. I get where she going on that. I could see that. That was pretty particular wording. That was definitely a dog whistle. Definitely a dog whistle. I hear it. That was definitely one. Oh yeah. I mean, if we're gonna talk, let's talk about how shameful that interview was. Let's talk about that.
You asked him about that cell phone. You interviewed that white boy. You asked him about that cell phone, and you let that white boy sit on your platform and talk in circles. What, do we look stupid? Do we look dumb? You think we don't know why Nolan Wells' cell phone will be on the boat? Yeah, you out on the water. You enjoying the island. So you leave all the cell phones on the boat. That's not the question.
Yeah.
The question is, if what Warren said was true, allegedly, you asked him 3-4 times to get on the boat and he said he was staying, why didn't he ask for his cell phone? Why did he let you leave with his cell phone? That's the question. Officer Tatum, would you let somebody leave with your cell phone? If you were out with your friends and they were about to leave and you decided to stay, would you let them leave with your cell phone? No. No, you wouldn't. But you let the white boy come on your platform and talk in circles. He talked about everything but why they were in possession of his cell phone when they got back to shore. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Straight up. Straight up and down. On God. Straight up. Straight ashamed. Straight ashamed. For Officer Drip Drop. But for everybody just coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. If you can't see the picture real big, we got the other stream, the big old stream. Y'all can come over to the big old stream and see it real big. It's 2 streams. Let's go ahead and get an update for everybody that's just coming in.
Nolan Wells investigation update. Today we have the controversial phone call recording of when they made the call to get assistance. So there's some interesting twists and turns there. First of all, allegedly in this phone call, you can hear them saying things like, hey, something's wrong with Nolan. Is he breathing? Nolan's about to DIE. Nolan is DEAD. And during this phone call, the caller, I think it's Wyatt or Warren, I don't know which one, they're very distracted. Something is definitely going on. They do ask the question, how many people were on the boat? That portion is bleeped out for whatever reason. The dispatch person also asked, is everyone okay? And he also said, yes. Again, they're calling for Wyatt in the background to go do something or check on Nolan. Okay. The other thing to consider here is allegedly at some point, so the dispatch service that they're calling is something that they pay into to be able to gain access to support and rescue in the event that something happens. One of the important questions that person asks is, do you need the Coast Guard? If you're saying that your boat is taking on water, why wouldn't you need the Coast Guard is my first question. And then secondly, allegedly at some point, either the granddaddy or the dad ended up calling the service back and telling them that they didn't need it. So allegedly the service that was initially requested was never fulfilled. I don't know how true that is, but that is at least what we're hearing. Now, in addition to that, there is some footage that's showing a black man getting off of the boat. Allegedly that is Nolan Wells, and allegedly that was that day. There is also some photos that are popping up that Katie is allegedly sitting in Nolan's lap, or at least cradled across him on the boat ride with Nolan's leg hanging off the side, allegedly. I don't know how accurate these things are. I don't know if these are photos and videos from previous instances of visiting Horn Island or A Island or on the boat. In addition to that, the one thing that I think is happening right now that's getting very interesting is all of these people that, in my opinion, should be quiet and let the process work itself, have a lot to say. The judge, which is the stepmama of Wyatt, I believe, she out here releasing a second statement. The governor is also releasing a statement trying to call Ben Crump a liar. Something about finding Nolan being fully clothed. Ben Crump was not the person that said that. It was Ted, somebody from the Cajun Navy. So what's starting to happen right now, it's a lot of blaming, it's a lot of finger pointing, and I think we just need to get to the facts. The other thing is that Katie's sister apparently is sounding off and saying things like Nolan was on that boat. So you know the largest controversy of all of this is that some people are saying that Nolan never got on the boat, other people are saying Nolan was on the boat. It sounds like that phone call, if that phone call is actually real and legitimate, Nolan got on that boat. Now, this is what I want to say out loud, because I feel like this is the thing that a lot of people are avoiding. And y'all know I don't mind saying it out loud. If the kids were on the boat and Nolan lost consciousness, fell, hit his head, something happened, the best thing that they could have done was contact somebody and say there's a medical emergency on the boat. We still got to have the conversation about what happened that led up to that, but say that. Don't try to cover it up. Also, were y'all trying to help him at some point and then he fell off the side of the boat? The other thing that's being reported is there was a pilot that was flying across the waterways and noticed Nolan's body as well. And the statement that he made implied that there didn't look like major decomposition, things like that. Although he was several feet in the sky, it would imply that Nolan might not have been in the water as long as they would have been assuming. The other thing that lingers with this autopsy is that we don't have a confirmed time of passing. And I thought that's what autopsies are for. Maybe I'm wrong. The other thing is, what is the percentage or level of decomposing? Like, I feel like there has to be some measure for that, because it's only been a couple of days, and if he was fully submerged deep down in some water, there's also this other scientific observation that if that was the case and Nolan's body was fully submerged in water, it would have taken longer than the time that it took for his body to resurface.
72 hours.
If that was the normal way that things happened. Justice for Nolan Wells.
I feel you, sis. I feel you. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Addressing that Mr. Officer Tatum Skatum little dude again. My bro had a little compilation on his downfalls.
Man, look at the people that's in my comment section. And Charles, I'm telling you right now, if a white boy was on an island with his black friends, all black, and some white folks put on a camera, that something must be suspicious, because the one white boy is with all these black dudes, and something may have happened. We know that people covering it up and everything because these kids black. Man, we'd be pissed off on that. Ain't no way in the world I'd accept somebody saying, you gonna blame these black boys for doing something to this kid just because they black? That's insane. And that's what happened in this situation.
If a white boy had been...
That's crazy, because nobody ever said that they did something to him just because he was black. I hate when they come with these false-ass equivalents.
On that boat with 3 black boys, we would have seen a very different...
Where's your evidence? Give me a case.
History.
No history. You can say history can tell us everything.
We would have seen a... Please let me finish my statement. We would have seen a very different...
Give me an example.
The exonerated 5.
You guys see what is going on. You saw the video. You got to ignore people like him that's ignorant. Interviewing a young man and giving him a space to talk about how they were friends and to defend this young man. But then also, on top of that, to come back and try to make a conversation or make a point as to defend whiteness, to say if it was 3 black boys and it was a white kid, that he would feel some type of way. This is the problem with what he's saying. You have to understand that reverse racism, self-hatred, shows up in many different forms. This is not the first time. During slavery, there were many slave revolts that would have taken place, but there was always somebody like this guy, this, I can't even say it, this type of person. You can put it in the comments. It'd be somebody like this person who would go to the slave masters and tell the slave masters, hey, boss, he wants to revolt. And what would have been a success gets trounced by somebody like this. And we're seeing this where somebody is actively saying to the world, I am going to tap dance and do whatever y'all want me to do to show the world that I love y'all. You remember that scene in the Django when Samuel L. Jackson was hugging Robert De Niro? This is that scene. And he does it every chance he gets. And it is baffling to me that there are people out there that don't realize that people like him is just as much of a detriment and a danger to us as the white supremacists that try to overrule, overreign, and really try to take over what it is we're trying to do positively. Ignore this foolishness.
I can't ignore. I'm slaying coons. We're going to talk about them. And while we're talking about that, let's talk about this race thing. Have y'all noticed this?
So the media has continuously asked black men if race has anything to do with the death of Nolan Wells. They've asked his father, they asked his assistant coach, they asked his best friend. Why would you ask 3 black men living in Mississippi under these circumstances if race has anything to do with Nolan Wells' death and expect them to say yes in hopes that they will say yes? We will hope that they will stick their chest out, but we know that they are in a predominantly white county, in a predominantly white school, under predominantly white jurisdiction, and any yes could change the livelihood of their situation right now. Why would TMZ ask that? First of all, you ask the assistant.
The question is, why it gotta be like that? Let's keep it simple real quick. Why it gotta be like that? Why we can't speak the truth about what's going on?
Coach, why wouldn't you ask his high school coach? Why wouldn't you ask the principal or the superintendent?
Right.
Why wouldn't you do your own research to see if anything has been stated about this institution? Also, why would you ask a little boy? He may very much think that he is grown, but he is very much a child. And it showed in his interview. He is very much a child. Why would you ask a child on national television if you feel like race has an issue when you know that peer pressure and all that other stuff plays on teens right now anyway? He's still in college. He's still trying to get a spot on a team. His life is still moving forward. Do you think that if he said yes, that things would not be different for him if he said what he truly felt or what he may have truly witnessed? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Maybe it didn't start off with race being an issue. Maybe Nolan isn't gone because of race. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it could have started with an argument. Maybe it could have been something that had gone wrong or accident. But the reason why the black boy is not home is because y'all didn't value his life as much as y'all probably would have if he were white. Y'all probably would have spared his life if he were white. Y'all probably would have called for help if he wasn't the black boy. Y'all probably would have reported him missing if he wasn't the black boy. Y'all probably would have reached out to his mother quicker than you did if he was not a black boy. Y'all probably would have tried to find some answers sooner if he wasn't a black boy. Y'all probably would have seized the boat if he wasn't a black boy, searched the house if he wasn't a black boy, had those kids arrested if he wasn't a black boy. But y'all want to know if race is involved and that race is not a factor down there. Please stop it. Stop. And quit asking these black men if race is an issue.
She spit. Straight up. Now let me go to this one though. If Warren is telling the truth, what about Javon?
If what Warren is saying is the truth, why was Javon surprised when his mom told him that Nolan was missing? Because according to Warren, he had just talked to Javon. Javon gave him Nolan's mom's telephone number. So Warren said in his interview that he reached out to Javon for Christine's number and he asked Javon if he had seen him. Because if he hadn't seen him and Christine hasn't seen Nolan, he was going to reach out to the Coast Guard. Okay? Javon gives him Miss Christine's telephone number. Miss Christine calls Javon's mom. Javon's mom calls Javon. They're all on three-way. Javon says, hey, I haven't seen him. And he's surprised when his mom says Nolan is missing. Why would he be surprised that Nolan was missing? He had just technically talked to Warren. Warren asked him for the number, and he gave him the number. So if...
Good question. Was Cousin on it too? What was Cousin on it too? Hold on now. Kaya, thank you for the jewels. Nice flower. Now hold on now. I want y'all to peep this out though about that phone call.
I need y'all to look at this. Don't go nowhere.
Detail Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Listen, y'all know how the internet is. I can't confirm that that's the actual audio. I got this off the internet, right? Now, but if that's the actual audio, come on. Everybody involved needs to go to jail. Everybody. Because it's clearly, if this audio is correct,
right,
it's clear that they was probably getting, like they said, they probably got into a fight, right? One of them probably hit him in the back of his head, and the other one was probably, that's why they got rid of the throat. And they got rid of the lungs, because the lungs would have showed that he didn't have no water in his lungs, that he didn't drown. And it would have been clear indication that he was unalived. Everybody involved, if this is actual audio, everybody involved needs to go to jail. The coroner, however you say it, the judge for helping them cover it up, the girl for lying and saying that she didn't see him, because you can hear a girl say, is he dead? Everybody involved needs to go to jail. Everybody. And I promise you, if this audio is 100% accurate, it wasn't tampered with or nothing like that, everybody, jail. Everybody. Like I said, the guy's parent that's a judge, jail. Everybody. Because it's clear that some people been playing around and tampering with evidence. And the city that this happened in got a lot going on. There's a lot of crooked stuff happening in this city. Everybody need to be gone. Bye. Just the autopsy alone, right, of them not sending his throat and the lungs was already a clear red flag, right? It's clear red flag. We've had people talk about this, how that's never the case of them keeping that stuff, right? But they kept it on purpose because they knew it would prove that Nolan was killed. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't die of natural causes, if that's what you want to call it. So everybody involved, jail. Bye.
I agree. I totally agree. Everybody should go. Because that phone call, if the phone call is true, then we on to something. But check out Sam though. Check this.
Nicole Everything just posted this, and it's perfectly said. Nolan's body was found in the exact same place where the GPS said the boat arrived to and where the boat left from. And that whole area had been searched on July 5th, the day before, by the Cajun Navy searchers. It's impossible for them to have missed a body there. It's also impossible for his body to not sink or float away with the current or stay there for 3 days. This just it doesn't make any physical sense at all. Now, we know Horn Island, you dock and then you're pretty much like the water. It's like a sandbar. So you're up to your like ankles or knees. So he would have to go so far out swimming to actually drown there. It's just not possible that they missed him during the search. And allegedly, people believe that his body was placed there on the morning of the 6th, just hours before he was found. We need justice for Nolan Xavier Wells right now. And something stinks to high holy hell, and we're not going to let up off this gas pedal until we get the answers we want and we need and the family deserves. Where is the autopsy report? Why is it not out yet? In Mississippi, we are watching you. Stop playing in our faces and come forward with the information. We are not stupid. There's so many other content creators who have pointed out that we know there is more than this one boat involved. Where are the other boats' GPSs and where are the other boat captains to tell us what happened to Nolan? Keep pushing this story so we can keep getting justice for Nolan Xavier Wells.
That's right. Straight up. I can't argue with that. There's nothing that I can say about that. But shout out to the sis though. She did have another hypothesis about what we going through right now. She said, is history going through a loop?
A lot of views, a lot of buzz spark, and it was because I posted this picture here showing the resemblance between Nolan Wells' parents and Emmett Till's parents. Now, a lot of people are saying that we are stuck in a loop, that Nolan Wells and his mom or his dad have been reincarnated, that history repeats itself once again, and until we get justice, then these souls or whatever could finally rest in peace. Now, whether you believe that or not, that's on you. But there is a uncanny resemblance to the both of them to me. Even the eyebrows, the bone structure, this, that, and the other. But a lot of people did comment that that was not Emmett Till's father, which is absolutely true. Emmett Till's father was hung by the United States Army in Italy. And I might make a video about that later on just to see his backstory. However, the man in that picture is Emmett Till's second husband. That man was Emmett Till's stepfather. That was her second husband. And the reason why this video was a little bit weird to me once I found out that information is because I have been watching the reports on Nolan Wells' parents. And do not quote me because I don't want people coming in bashing me. Nolan Wells' father's last name and his mother's last name is Wansley. So his mother's name is Wells Wansley. So I don't know if that's his biological father or not. However, the fact that that picture with Emmett Till's parents almost somewhat resembling Nolan's parents, and that not being Emmett Till's biological father, and this may or may not be Nolan Wells' biological father, is crazy to me. I really hope that the autopsy results come out. And I really hope that we get justice for Nolan Wells because the boy did not drown. And personally, I think that it's taken a long time for them to release these results. So hopefully we get justice and may his soul rest in peace.
Straight up, no lies told. But everybody on the same thing. Everybody, listen, y'all ain't crazy. Don't let the people in my chat make you think you crazy, because everybody's listening to the same things and making the same add ups and saying the same thing.
A quick update on the Nolan Wells case. I'm going to show you 2 images and a recording, a video that I want you to listen to, so stick around for it. The first image that I'm going to show you is Nolan with the group of friends at the fireworks show. They were there. He was with them at fireworks, and they claim to have left him on the island in the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken, with a girl. Clearly, he was with them when it was dark outside. Moving on, the second photo is being reported that this is Nolan on the ground, face down, and the boy above him is in a fighting stance, and there's an onlooker just kind of watching, maybe in shock. I don't know. But it looks like Nolan was face down, hurt in the sand. And there's also a video of this that I'm not going to put up here because you can see Nolan moving around. And people saying that's not Nolan, those bottoms match the same bottoms that he was wearing in the fireworks photo. I didn't like seeing that, so I'm not going to post that here. Now for the clip, I'm going to let you listen to the clip, but let me explain a little bit. This is the same clip that they were playing whenever one of the boys called and asked for help because a boat was sinking. So he called and asked for help, but this is the beginning portion of that video that they didn't release to the public. It's now been released, and you can hear them panicking in the background, saying that Nolan has died and to get up.
Connected. Tito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
Official. All right, of course. How far is the water coming up?
It is also being reported that after that phone call, when they called to ask for help, one of the boys' grandfathers called emergency services and canceled the help, and also said, do not activate the Coast Guard. Why would he call and cancel help? Probably because the boys called their parents in a panic state as well, and they told them what happened, and their parents immediately instructed them on what to do, especially because they have a judge and lawyers in the family, and someone that I think is in law enforcement. They told them exactly what to do. So that's why everything was canceled. No help showed up because their parents helped them cover this up. Yeah. My stance still remains the same. And if you have anything to add to this, please do.
I actually do have something to add to that. Listen to this, y'all. Everybody on the same thing. Listen.
For a second. Now, the young man who made that phone call to Cito, he was very intoxicated. But if you listen to the call all the way through, he had already called his grandfather. So, but you also hear them in the background say, don't get back in the pool. A pool and a body of ocean water are 2 different things. It doesn't take a rocket science to steer that. So there was an accident. I'm going to say accident. They panicked. They called their dad, their granddad. The granddad connected with someone who was already still out at Horn Island. Got the location. The boys wrote it down. That's why he was able to read it to him, because he was too intoxicated. And when the Cito operator asked him how many people are on board, he said like 7, but it really was 8. And the reason why he said like 7, because the 8th person was already gone. These boys are in serious trouble. Now, y'all stay with me for a second. Now, the young man who made that phone call.
Come on now. I'm just saying. If it makes sense, it makes sense. They had already called the parents, and they had told them what to do. Y'all know that? Man, I'm saying the village pump. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we see. Yeah, we see exactly what's going on.
But again, y'all, what is happening?
They were already caught in a few lies. They said that he never made it back with them to the boat or back to the party or the Airbnb or wherever the hell they was at. But then a few days after the fact, you see pictures of him that was around 1, if not 1:30 a.m. So he did make it back. Now all of a sudden, because they got caught in a few lies, okay, well, we don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. Let me get my lawyer. Ask my lawyer. Talk to my lawyer. Why am I talking to you? Were there. Your lawyer wasn't there. You were there. People do stuff like that and get lawyered up. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It's a bit weird. I'm not even gonna lie. If I'm on an island traveling on a vacation with the homies, something bad happens to the point where one or a few loses their life. I have nothing to hide because I know for a fact I did nothing wrong. And yo, we did this, we did that. We probably was drinking underage. We probably was smoking or doing some sort of drugs we weren't supposed to be doing. But that's fine. Hey, he or she a grown ass man or woman. So again, I'm still not to blame or still not at fault. Oh, whatever the case may be. Oh, unfortunately, he slipped and fell. We hit a real bad current, and he slipped and fell, hit his head on the goddamn steering wheel, and he was dead and he's been unconscious ever since. That's it. That's what happened. I will not need a goddamn lawyer.
Right.
That early. Let me say it like that. Now, if you get charged, obviously, yeah, get a lawyer. But that damn early, we're talking days after. We over here still trying to find a body at that point. No, don't ask me nothing. Let me go ahead and let me go through my social media and delete all my social media accounts. Let me scrub my damn. Wow. That tells me that you know more than what you want us to think you know. But again, y'all, what is happening? They were already caught in a few lies. They said that.
Come on now. Now look, this the conversation that be going on with the trolls. Peep this old lady out. This is what that Warren interview did.
I've been kind of out of the Nolan Wells deal.
Oof, you probably should have stayed there. That would have been your best bet.
But anything that has anything to do with Al Sharpton and Ben Crump is totally null and void to me.
Says every racist ever who doesn't like that those gentlemen help black families get justice when something happens. But anyway, go ahead.
The parents of Nolan Wells needs their ass beat.
Damn, that's a bold statement towards a family that just lost their son unexpectedly. But I'm curious, Martha, why would you say they need their ass beat?
For making this a racist thing.
Yeah, I wonder what would make them say something like that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that their son went with a group of white boys and the white boys came back and he didn't. Maybe it's the fact that when those white boys came back, nobody's fucking saying a word. Maybe it's the fact wait until their son's body was found to get some answers, and they still don't have those answers. Maybe it's because every time we turn around, there's injustices happening to the black community, so every time something like this happens, that's exactly, they already know. They fucking know. And the only people that would actually ignore something like this, given the history of this country and given the history of things that the black community goes through all the fucking time, racist pieces of shit. So what does that make you?
Those boys, they've been friends with Nolan Wells their entire life. They didn't just, oh, let's befriend this black kid and take him out on the water and kill him.
Of course they did. Do y'all this and she's sincere in what she's saying too. Look at her.
They've been friends with Nolan Wells their entire life. They didn't just, oh, let's befriend this black kid and take him out on the water and kill him.
Well, something clearly happened. And the fact that they all went to the island together, and the fact that they all did not come back together, that Nolan Wells was the only one left behind, and once those white boys came back, they didn't say a word. They're not telling anything. They're quiet. Everybody's quiet, that entire family. Nobody's talking. Something clearly happened. So what's your theory, Martha? I'm sure it was innocent, right? It couldn't possibly be something rooted in racism. And if you believe that, Martha, then your IQ is smaller than your shoe size.
Right.
That is not how that went down. And for them making that the narrative and making his funeral a racist rally, that is the complete and total bullshit.
No, what's bullshit is you coming on the internet and having this stupid opinion about a family that just buried their son. What's stupid is you having this opinion as a white woman in America, having this opinion because you don't listen to the black community. You don't listen to the stories of what they deal with. You like to speak and not listen. Maybe sometimes just fucking listen to people. But oh, let me guess, Martha.
Some of my dearest friends are African American.
I'm sure they are. Also, I typically have a hard rule about not being disrespectful towards women, but I think in this case I'm going to break that rule. So you Martha, or whatever your fucking name is, have the day you deserve.
Wow. He broke that down. He broke that down. Gave Martha her rights. Gave Martha a whole little quick little read down real quick. Boy, y'all in the chat, boy, y'all hate when somebody white be telling y'all the truth. Boy, y'all hate that so much. Y'all start sizzling like vampires in the sun as soon as somebody come on and start speaking them facts. Y'all the Marthas. We finna start calling y'all Martha. Y'all the Marthas. Chopped and grilled. Hell yeah. Yeah, they start getting mad, Big Will. Big Will, when this start coming on, when I start employing them folks to tell them a thing or two, they start getting mad, boy. And I be doing that because you know they don't want to hear from us at all, right? Everything we say is some bull, right? I be trying to get they folks to, you know what I'm saying? Chris Angel said, I'm white and I know what the F they did. That's right, Chris. And y'all heard Chris, right? It is a lot of Marthas in the chat. But, let's see how long I've been streaming for 3 hours. I think they shift change come up at like 5:30. Did y'all notice the name changes? Or is it the same ones? Because I know they shift. It's probably like 6 or 7. They probably do a 7 to 11. Yeah. Say what's up to the Marthas in the chat. Just trying to earn their way. Just trying to earn their paycheck as a troll. You know, they got quotas. They got to jump on somebody black podcast. You know, only the podcasts that be popping though. They seen it be hella black people over here, and you know they got to get the message out. Now, thanks to y'all, I appreciate y'all for sliding through, because they wouldn't be over here if it wasn't for y'all. So give yourselves a round of applause. You know? Cause it wouldn't be popping without y'all. I just want to make sure y'all know that. That this wouldn't be possible. Hey, higher ups, how y'all doing? We still over here being black, not giving a F what y'all talking about. I love my people too. Hey, Marthas. I like that. Dweeb might have to take a back seat to Marthas. I don't know now. I think Dweeb. I think Martha might be the one. That's right, Big Will. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I think Martha's might be the one. I think that's a very good depiction of the busters we got in the chat. Oh, Martha's. Those boys been knowing him his whole life. You think they just took him out there to get him? Mr. Cunt. Yeah, Baravalis, I think. Yeah, he's a long-standing one. He might be their supervisor. He their supervisor, and Big Tex is the little hot shot on the squad. We ain't heard from Big Tex today. I don't think this his hours. I think Big Tex is a nighttime troll. But Volveris, we see you. You a daytime troll for real. Yeah, you a daytime one. Oh yeah, I can tell you a daytime troll. I'm gonna start paying. Hey, y'all gotta hey for my mods and my peoples, Pepper, all y'all. Just notice a troll when you on here. Notice what trolls you see and what time it is, so we can start tracking down their hours. So we can know what hours they work.
Now, I'm going to let y'all hear it for yourself. But I am thinking that this makes sense because they've been breadcrumbing us with the audio from the emergency phone call the entire time. And now we've gotten even more of the emergency phone call. And if you listen closely, it does sound like someone is saying, is he unalived?
Hold up. Who just shared that? Hold on. William, you say Big Tex be in all the joints? Also, he a certified troll, huh? Thanks for the knowledge, bro. Oh, he be in other people's joints too, huh? That's good to know. Let's get on back to it.
Nolan, oh my God. But I'm going to let y'all hear it for yourselves. And I'm putting it out there because I know Mississippi is not going to do it.
Call from the Island Buzz Proof service.
Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say that that's exactly what was said. But what I will say is that, again, I'm suspicious because they keep breadcrumbing us with this audio. And every time a new piece of the audio comes out, there's something different. And the mainstream media is, of course, not reporting this. And there's plenty of technology that exists that could try to enhance the voices and see what is actually being said. Now, my theory is that someone who was around but was not directly involved is going to come forward soon because they don't want to go to jail messing with these people. Now, if that is what is being said on this audio, then that means that their cover up goes so much deeper than just acting like they don't know what happened to Nolan. That means that there were a bunch of people around who know exactly what happened to Nolan, and they all decided that they were going to come up with a story and run with it. Now, another thing that's frying me, and maybe I'm confused, is that originally they all was acting like they did not know Katie McCormick, the girl who Nolan was allegedly with on the beach the last time they saw him. But in the stories they keep telling, they keep talking about people texting Katie to ask Katie where Nolan was. But y'all made it seem like y'all didn't know her. And I'm still on Judge Ashley Cole's head top. Because the story about last seeing Nolan at 3 o'clock is not mathing. Now,
At all. At all. And look here. Hey, let this be a cautionary tale for y'all. Let this be a self-preservation cautionary tale.
Child, the Nolan Wells case should be another wake-up call for black folks. Because history has repeatedly showed us, time and time again, that we are not safe in the company of white folks. And before somebody jump in my comments talking about it ain't all white people, baby, you're right. It ain't all white people. But at this point, we don't have the luxury of trying to figure out who's safe after every tragedy. Baby, we don't.
And listen, y'all, what she said right there is the crux of why they so mad right now. Because they all getting looked at with that devil side eye. And they don't like it. But yet and still, that's the same thing they do to black people. We all criminals. We all lazy. We all on EBT. We all get food stamps. They don't like that. They all devils now. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Don't have that luxury. For us, this has always been a matter of survival. That's why I keep saying, mind your black business. And I literally mean that. Be intentional about where you spend your money. Be intentional about where you educate your children. Be intentional about who gets your labor, your talent, your time, your energy. We keep believing that we can reform systems that have repeatedly shown us exactly what they were built to do and who they were built to benefit. We can't afford to trust this anymore. It's too damn expensive. So instead of asking, how can we fix them? How can we reform the system? We need to be asking, how can we strengthen us? Full stop. If our dollars were circulating through black businesses, if we were intentionally building black schools, black neighborhoods, black professional networks, half the conversations we're having today wouldn't even exist. And every time somebody says, but black folks can't get it right, black folks can't get along, I don't want to hear that shit no more. Because history says otherwise. We've done it before. And baby, we still doing it. It's still happening today. The issue has never been if we're capable. The issue is whether we're committed enough to keep building, even when those efforts face resistance. In one of the books that I've recommended, We Refuse, Dr. Kelly Carter Jackson reminds us that black resistance has never taken just one form. Sometimes resistance looked like protest. Other times it looked like rebellion. And then there were other times it looked like flight. And baby, I'm not talking about fleeing to another country. I'm talking about strategically withdrawing our energy from systems that repeatedly harm us and reinvesting it into ourselves, not out of fear or defeat, but out of self-preservation. I think it's seriously time that we revisit that strategy. We got, y'all. We got. All right, good people, drink your water, stay rooted, real, and knowledgeable, and mind your black business. Ciao.
Oh, now. Come on now. She was cooking. This is crazy, y'all. Check this out.
Because here we go. That audio, people all collectively cannot be hearing the same thing, especially when you go back and you watch the audio. You see that the closed caption thing that is put on there did not pick up exactly what was said because of the chaos, but over the chaos, we can hear certain things being said crystal clear, especially when we sit down and we listen. Look, we all can't be coming to the same conclusion. We all can't be hearing the same thing as a mass delusion. At the end of the day, if we can get this information through the Freedom of Information Act and request the records, then you better guarantee, sorry, I can't even speak right, that the sheriff's office has it. So I want to know, does the FBI have this? We don't want nothing from y'all that's trying to tell us what that say. I don't even want to see another interview, because what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? If this was the other way around, them boys would be in Click Click City fighting their way out as this investigation rolled on. By now, there would have been an autopsy, a toxicology, and there would have been a press conference from the district attorney's office saying that they was bringing down charges and an indictment because they would have already had their grand jury in secrecy and we would have known nothing about it. And it would have just kept on moving and rolling. And before you know it, by next month, them boys would have been convicted and locked up and charged for life. Nolan's parents asked y'all to conduct this the same way you would for anybody else. Translation, if our son was white and one of yours, conduct this investigation the same way that you would conduct it for them. And that's not what we see happening.
Come on now. We don't see that. It's looking mad foo-foo, son. Word to my mother. Look, even the white dude on that phone call. Check this out.
It's up-to-date Nolan Wells piece of information that just doesn't line up. You've heard a lot so far, but this one is really taking the cake for me. By now, everyone has heard the recording of the Sea Tow, which is like a towing company for boats that Nolan Wells' friends made. You heard the dispatch. You heard everything. Here's the one that doesn't make sense. Now we're being told, again, we got to be able to confirm it 100%. Right now we're at like 90% confirmation of it, that one of the friends, the grandfather called, or the father called, spoke with somebody and said, oh, they no longer need emergency assistance. The reason why that doesn't really add up or make sense to me is because the kid that's on the phone with Cito Dispatch sounds like, hey, you guys need to get here. Like, we're taking on water. We're going to sink. You guys need to get here. What transpired from the moment that the person allegedly called and said, hey, we're all set, they're good, they don't need emergency services, to him being frantic on the phone? Did that really happen? If it did, why was none of the friends aware of it, and why wasn't it stated at one point on that recorded line? That's the part that I'm not understanding. And if it did happen, and the grandfather did call, did he call and speak with someone else? Who did they speak to? These are all the things that are starting to go to the point of, I don't understand, it doesn't make any sense.
True. No, they called him people. No, they called him people to get advice, remember, on what to do in that situation. Because, okay, from what we've heard so far, it's kind of looking like something happened on the boat ride. He didn't get left on the island. Because they trying to make it seem like he didn't come back with him on the island. Charnel, thank you for the jewels. Because they trying to make it, because their thing is they left him on the island, right? That's what Warren trying to say. They left him on the island. They don't know what happened. Katie said she went back with them. I'm saying that phone call, if what we hear is true, they got into it on the boat. They got into it on the boat. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all something. Wow, you listen. I thought this too. Listen. I gotta say this because I ain't said it. Nobody said it. It kind of disparages Nolan a little bit, but kids is kids, and I could definitely see Nolan doing some coke before I see him doing some weed. Right? Just walk with me on this. What if they gave him the hot shot of the cocoa pack? What if he hit the fent line? Like they purposely gave him the fent line. Cause I do know if you overdose on fent real quick, like it'll knock you out. You be leaning. They be like, oh my God, is he? You know what I'm saying? And it's just a theory. This is just a theory. Cause I don't think it was the alcohol, and I can't see him smoking no weed. But I can see him peer pressuring him to take a line to be cool or something like that. Come on, man, it'll get out your system in 3 or 4 days, man. You'll be fine. Yeah, coke is what I'm saying. Coke, but laced with a little bit of fent though, because that will kill you. And the reason why I know is, unfortunately, like that happened to one of my peoples. One of my peoples went out on the powder pack that had a little fin in it, or laced this drink. That's another good one, Big Will. Or laced the drink. Yep. But I'm just thinking about something that's fast acting to acting. You know what I'm saying? If you lace the drink, there's vomit in, there's, you know what I mean? But if you hit that thing and it got that thing on there, you're done right there. Now that's a good question. Why not sit in the throat and the lungs? Very good question. Then we got to consider the pool party that he was supposed to be at, and that's where he got beat at. You know what I'm saying? Then we got to consider the picture that's supposed to be around, where he was at the I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's it. I'm not saying that's it. Thank you, Marquet. I'm not saying that's it. But I'm just saying, like, how you know what I'm saying? Like, how was they on the bus? I mean, how they on the boat with him and he just fall out? You know what I'm saying? Like, because liquor would have took a little. That would have been if they would have spiked his drink. That would have took a little long time to develop. But I could definitely see somebody taking a bump, a fent, and being cool for a second, and they probably broke his neck. Yep. Okay. Southern breeze. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. I like that. I like that. They probably broke his neck, had him in the chokehold, and you know what I'm saying, gave him a uka. Yeah, we know he did not drown. We know that because I said from the beginning, if he drowned, well, maybe they ain't got the tox reports because then that would also insinuate that everybody else was snorting too. Then it's where did the drugs come from? Who supplied them with the whoop whoop? I don't know. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm saying that's not to disparage Nolan at all, but kids are kids, and knowing what we know about Warren and his friend group, and Nolan wanting to possibly be down because of course he was the outcast or the outsider. Let Warren tell it. Warren told us that he wasn't really the friend, but they let him tag along. So hey, hey, big football guy, do a line. Or look, maybe this. Check it out. Wait, maybe this. Maybe they called their dad and they told him that they gave him a line of fent, but they wasn't sure if he was dead yet, right? And their dad said, call everything off, bring him to the crib, right? And he didn't die, so they had to finish the job. Right? Think about that. He didn't. They gave him the little fent ball that knocked him out. They got scared as shit because they was drunk and shit. They called and made the phone call. They said, get him to the house. Woo, woo, woo. We'll take care of it. Or go drop him off at them other little stops that y'all did. Go drop him off at the other boat. Right? Go drop him off at the other boat. We'll take care of it later. You guys just get back safe. You know what I'm saying? Come on, I'm just saying. Y'all go drop the body off, get the body off. Y'all come back and get safe. That's why they was all grouped up and huddled up at the same house so they can get their story together. Then they was like, oh shit, well, we got to go take care of the boat just so it ain't no DNA or nothing on the boat. Let's go get the boat clean. And then since they all got boats, you know what I'm saying? Everybody did the big old search on the 5th. They circled back around to go get the body, dropped him off that morning, and boom, they found him. I'm just saying. So we got it's either two things, because now they definitely did something. Now it's definitely they did something, or definitely Katie and all the people lynched him on the island. It's one of the two. Now it's one of the two. They definitely did something, or he was definitely lynched on the island. It's one of the two. But we do know he was dropped back off on that island and he wasn't there. So the body had to be somewhere. The body had to be somewhere. But that phone call is real Susperian though. Oh shit, Nolan, is he dead? Look at his chest. See, if you overdosed real quick, then you look like you dead. Y'all remember Pulp Fiction? Y'all remember Pulp Fiction when old girl sniffed the raw and thought it was some coke and they thought she was dying? And it's not far-fetched for them to have some Narcan on deck either. Yeah, he was scared as hell. Thought she was out of here. They might have thought he was out of here too. Hey, they probably tried to throw him overboard, and then the person on the phone was like, "No, get him, get him. Don't leave him. He ain't gonna sink." All I'm saying, man, is I think it's kind of official with this testimony from Warren that he had a lot to do with it. Like Warren seems like he was the center bender. It could almost even be said that Wyatt and all the other dudes, they knew about it, but they wasn't the coordinator. It seemed like Warren was the coordinator. Because Warren talking too much, trying to he thought just because he coordinated it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that he cool. He ain't gotta worry. But he talking too much and he slipping. Nah, I don't think they came back to the crib with the body. I think the body went somewhere else to chill out for a minute. Because remember, it was 3 boats and 30 people. Warren said so himself. It was 3 boats and 30 people. And we really only talking about this one. We really don't even know if they could have transferred his body to another boat on the lake. Because obviously they had cell phone service. Why couldn't they have contacted the other people in the boat? I don't know. Yep, they went to Fort Bayou and all of that. And then we saying how y'all went somewhere if y'all was taking on so much water. How y'all get to ride in the boat until 7 o'clock later that day? How'd that get to happen? Man, they went a whole bunch of places they wasn't supposed to go in a boat that was supposed to be taking on waters. The village pump, the village pump. The bilge pump, the pump, man. Then the cleaning of the boat. You said 30 people out there, somebody going to tell? The first tragedy, the first casualty was the truth. I'm just saying. Yeah, the boat sinking and y'all riding around, y'all steady dipping, creeping through the smog. And they lied about the tow. Yeah, when? They ain't getting no tow, but they creeping through the smog, all through the hood though. And at not one of them stops, y'all didn't think to call back to Katie or this tight knit community to see if anybody had seen Nolan on the island to give him his phone back? Because obviously the boat was good. Y'all could have just rolled back up there and gave Cuz his phone. Said normal white people would go home and shower and sleep after a night like that, not pillage around in the canal in a sinking boat. Straight up. Straight up. They were shook. Yeah, that's what we was up. That's what we was to believe, that nobody knew this chick, Kansas in the house. Nobody. That's what we said. That's what we thought. But then now they was texting Katie and all of that. He was texting my buddy. Katie texted my buddy. It is a lot of many. It's a too many lies. Too many damn lies. The devil is in the details. Nah, I think they just the devils. Nah, I just think it's the devils. And when I say devils, I mean exactly that. When I say them devils, I mean exactly that.
Y'all some damn devils. It ain't no other way. FBA on code and we switching up the game.
I mean exactly that. From the top on down. All of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Straight devil dweebs. Devilish dweebs that know exactly what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells. Yeah, they devils. Especially Bad Suit Wyatt. He's really one. They all look like they was in on it. They all look like they had something to do with it. And that was the apple of their eye. That's the one. They mad about that one. They are mad about that one. This is the reason, y'all. I submit to y'all, this is the reason why it's all going down. Because of Katie McCormick. Yep. It was all because of her. This dude up there running his mouth, telling all the beeswax. Probably ain't never been a real friend in his whole life. And if y'all look, y'all see his eyes in this picture. I'm talking about his regular eyes. Them ain't the same eyes that was on that interview. Them interview eyes was bucked. Them pupils was little. Them eyes on that interview was bucked. Them eyes on that interview was, them pupils was little. It looked like he was on something. He do look real grimy. Real super grimy. He was on that yayo. Nah, you know, he was on that. Yeah. See, yep. I believe you. He might have been on that yayilly. He was sniffling, yep. That's what I'm saying. He might have tried to pressure the boy to get one of them take a bump. He might have tried to get him to take a bump. Uh-oh, so we got Nora in here. This is stupid. I'm out. Bye. Goofy. Now let me see if you tweet again, Nora. Cause now I'm looking for you now. Let's see if you tweet again. Let make me believe the fatigue is real. Make me believe it's real, Nora. Well, check this out, y'all. I got to come back with another stream, though. And I'm thinking about doing that at 8 o'clock, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come back at 8 o'clock. You understand? Trying to slide back in the dough. Can I slide back I'm trying to slide back on the slide back side of the game. On the slide back inside. Listen here. This what we gonna do. It's probably because to get them thumbnails and get all of that stuff together, it takes a little while. Probably about 8:39. If I don't come back at 8:39, then we just gonna call it for tomorrow because this is a very good Sunday night stream. Or I mean Saturday. I'm way off. Sorry. Okay, do y'all want another stream tonight or 2 streams tomorrow? Oh, y'all talking about Oh, I'm on the West Coast, shouty. I'm on the West Coast. It's 6:23 for me. It's 6:23 for me. I know the East Coast rock with me real tough. I can come back. Just give me I need to go get me a little something to eat. You know what I'm saying? And you said Spence finna fight? I don't be watching sports, man. I be slaying YT supremacists and dragons. That's what I be doing. Two streams tomorrow? That's what I was thinking. 2 streams tomorrow. Okay. Hey man, well, Forsaken. Peace. You say come back tonight? I got a lot of comebacks tonight. Come back tonight. FBA in the house all day. Lavender Love Face. You know they'll be back. You know they'll be back. You too, John. You'll be back. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do another one tonight, man. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna talk about. Okay, all right. You'll be back when I'm back. All right, well, go do y'all thing, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe if you have not already. Make sure when you do come back that you watching the landscape part. You get to that if you subscribe. Watch the landscape. I see a bunch of y'all on the landscape on J Lava, man. I appreciate that. That's way better for the revenues. And y'all know I got them t-shirts and all, links in the descriptions for all that. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out to Doha for Shoha. You already know.